everyone, and welcome once again. I'm back. I'm back from a long, long hiatus. I'm back. It's JT, aka the Master, and as you see sitting up there, JT Neighborhood Champ. Champ.
Chomp.
You know, I besides the haters, which obviously is on my on this side here.
The other side. The other side. There you go.
On this side here.
You
Okay? Regardless how I screwed that up. Anyway, I'm
just
JK,
screwed it up.
aka the Master, and this is a special edition of For No Reason with my esteemed co-host, regardless of the arrows he throws at me, Mr. FSP.
You can't even look at me correctly. So
you're not even looking. You're looking the other way.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking directly at you.
You think you are. You're looking away from me. You got to look the other way.
Hey, look. You're there. I know my directions.
The other way. I'm looking at both of us, and I see what you're doing, and this is towards you. This is towards you.
Yes, and this is towards you.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm looking right at you.
I'm looking right at you too.
People, we're starting it already. We're starting in already.
Yep, we are.
And the main subject is the NFL draft, not us going back and forth with each other. I am JT, like I said, Mr. FSP, and we're here to witness history of the 2025 NFL draft. It is in the works. Shortly, we'll be able to get I don't know if it's a surprise number one pick. I think everybody knows who that's going to be.
You know what? I hope it's a surprise. I hope they don't get Cam Ward. Tennessee, listen to me, Tennessee. I'm saying this for your own good. If you select Cam Ward, you got a black Will Levis.
Ooh.
I'm telling you that right now. Cam Ward has a lot of things he needs to fix. A lot. So if you get him, you get him. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're better off getting the best player in the draft, which is Mr. Hunter. I know it's not going to happen, but surprise some people, man. I'm telling you, shake the draft up and do the right thing. Trade for Kirk Cousins. And Roger Goodell's coming out on a Pee Wee Herman bike right now. Go ahead, Mr. Taylor. How long is this episode? This episode is what, 3-4 hours?
This episode, we're going to go to the first pick, people, through all the commercials, and come down to the 32nd pick, whoever that may be. And I'll say this on air. I'm looking for a surprise, and I'm not going to tell you what team is going to pull that surprise until it happens. Or if it doesn't happen, when we get to 32, I'll let you know. No problem. I'll let you know that I was expecting a surprise, but didn't get it. Let me put it that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the surprise is. He wouldn't even tell me what team it involved.
That's exactly
so I could co-sign. So therefore, I don't know if I'm not saying he's going to lie. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it could be anything. But if I knew a little bit,
that's the point.
I would be able to support him, but I can't support him because I don't know what his surprise is.
Let me put it this way. What up? Hey, let me put it this way. I have a.
Hey, is that your boy that owes you money?
No, I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it. Anyway, I gotta believe.
What up, Matt?
Background looks good. Thanks.
I know mine does. Thank you.
You know what? Let me put it this way.
He was saying both of us.
Let me put.
He was saying both of us.
Look, you know what, Mr. FSP? If you
All
just
right.
slow down and let the host do his thing, okay? And you'll see what I'm going about to say. Big dog, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, I said yes. Both of us, I think, look good. The backgrounds look good. Uh, it's no coincidence. We do think alike. Look at the mic. Look at the mic.
Mine was first, y'all. Mine was
Look
first.
at the mic. Look at the. Say, let me tell you something, people. I don't care if I'm the first or he's the first. It's just it's a collective. It's teamwork. Mr. FSP should know something about that since he been in the military, was in the military for such a long time, and it still is dealing with prior military people and military people.
Well, I'm gonna say this on that. With the current situation, I might be doing something a lot different. I might be doing something a lot different.
Okay, no problem. But
So
but you at present are working with uh prior military people and military people. Okay,
yes.
okay. So
And
well,
Big
the,
Dog Mac, I appreciate you coming on Jerry's show. There's also a show that happens every Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called Fantasy Sports and Politics, hosted by me, Mr. FSP. Uh, you're welcome to come on there as well.
and co-hosted by
Oh yeah.
co-hosted by the neighborhood champ. Okay, that's what I got to say.
I was
Anyway,
about to, I was about to say a bad word, but I got to remember this is your show. This is your show.
you know
I
what?
got to
You
remember
know
that.
what? You know what? It would be nice to show some type of respect. I would
I
appreciate
just said that.
it. Well, no,
It's your show.
yeah, it would be nice to show some type of respect. I'm not asking for a lot, but I'm asking for some respect. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, exactly.
So, as you're saying, oh, there's Chris, who is taking Brady in the first round. Also, I'm just here to say hi and then bounce after you guys talk smack about my comment. That's my guy, Chris. I'm glad. See, Chris is on the show off of my link, which is dope. I appreciate that, Chris. Um, I think Travis Hunter should be the number one overall pick. Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
um, but you are in agreement with everyone else that Cam Ward is going to get it. Cam Ward might be the number one overall pick, but I gave you guys my warning. I said that would be the worst mistake the Titans can do, which is grab another player that is Will Levis, except black. That's the only difference, in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, I think they both have a similar game type, big arms, a lot of confidence,
Right.
think that they can do it all,
Okay.
but have very few weapons. Now, Tyler Lockett being added to the mix to go with Calvin Ridley, that's not a bad thing. They still lack a strong running game. They still lack a offensive line. Um, I don't know. Oh, what is that? What is you might want to put that up, Mr. Taylor.
I did not see that, but I have seen some rumbles of about trading Purdy. I
You
don't know.
have.
I have like yeah, I've seen that in the last couple weeks about trading Purdy because he was Mr. Irrelevant. He's played well and not so well in key situations.
Oh, that Bama just got the phone call. It's gonna be him. I hate him. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I shouldn't have said that. Houston, y'all made a problem for yourselves if you drafted Cam. But Brock Purdy, okay, so who would he get traded to though? Who's in the market for a quarterback?
There's a lot of teams in the market for a quarterback, but do they want Brock?
Well,
But do
well,
they?
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So him to Pittsburgh would be good, but Pittsburgh's not giving up all they got just for Purdy. Um, who else? The gist was if Sanders is still there, then it would happen. I tell you what, if San Fran went out and got my guy, Shador, um, I'd become an instant 49er fan. I would. My son's a 49. Well, my oldest son's a 49er fan. Jerry's wife is a 49er fan.
Yep.
Um, I would don some 49er gear. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Steelers could get him, but you know, what are they willing to give up for Brock Purdy, though, Chris? That's my question. What are they willing to give up for him? And Mel Kiper right now is saying that Shadur Sanders is the better quarterback.
He's been saying that for the last ever since he's been doing the mock draft. So
Oh, I agree. I agree. And I don't agree a lot with Mel Kiper. But on this one, I totally agree. Every coach and every organization has said that Shador is the more accurate quarterback. Tell me what's more important outside of not throwing interceptions. Do you want from a quarterback? You want to make smart decisions and be accurate. So I don't get it. I don't get it. But we're gonna see exactly who the Titans drafted. Of course, it looks like it's gonna be Cam Ward, a guy who, again, I've said this before. Well, Dan, you don't count. You're not every coach. You're an O-line coach. You're an O-line coach.
Can I run the show? Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
You know what? Don't get sassy with me.
This is my show. Am I right? So I mean,
these are my people, though. These are my. Go ahead. You're right.
Chris, thanks for showing up. As short as it was, no problem. Talk to you probably on Saturday. I have to lean on you because my service is screwing up and I have nothing. I don't know why. I have nothing. I don't have
You're
ESPN.
in Jersey.
You're Jersey. I don't have ESPN. I don't have NFL Network, so I do not know what's going on unless you tell me.
Okay, here's a question: Do you have a service called Sling? Do you have Sling, or do you just have?
I don't like Sling.
Okay, because I was going to say you can put it on your phone like I'm doing, and watch it. But since you don't have Sling, ooh, he don't look like he got called by the Titans yet, but he might have. I hope he didn't. I hope he did not. I hope it's Shador, but it looks like it's going to be Cam Ward. He's trying to hold back a smile or something. But with that being said,
supposedly there's supposed to be some big surprises in here. I'm looking for my surprise, but who's this? Dan Carr?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Okay.
Offensive line coach.
Okay.
One of my coworkers, one of my friends.
Okay.
And Cam Ward is the first pick, the little Tennessee.
You saying Tennessee just made a big mistake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tennessee, you have made
a
huge mistake.
We'll see.
Well, I'm telling you, unless they fix that offensive line, if Cam Ward is this pick, which it looks like it is,
what the heck happened?
It's okay. Dan's laughing, so I don't know if he has a feed faster than ours, but I'll host the show per usual, because I brings in the bacon.
What the heck happened to my service?
But with the first overall pick in the NFL 2025 draft, the Tennessee Titans select quarterback, Miami, Cam Ward. Again, big mistake. But I will say this. Cam Ward has some redeeming values here. He can prove me and others wrong, if he goes out there and he makes things happen for this organization, this is a very bad division. He is so fortunate to be in a bad division. The difference is if Cam Ward does not outplay Anthony Richardson in the next time they play, it's over. You might want to put up what Dan is saying. I love Dan, but Dan and we disagree. He's a hater of Shedeur Sanders. He's a hater of the Sanders family.
Oh, well, I
Nah,
mean,
not really. I'm just saying that.
okay. All right.
But I hope Shedeur gets picked by the Raiders so Dan can stop being so critical of Shedeur. But I believe they just said something about Cleveland getting Gentry. Woo-hoo, we'll see.
Who?
Oh, Cleveland just traded with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's on the clock. Jacksonville is the #2 overall pick. Cleveland has traded out of their spot for Jacksonville.
You know, I did get a cold chill. Maybe I told you it was cold chill in hell. And well, it must be in the cold chill in hell.
I told you this before we went on air. I told you. So if they jumped all the way up to get Gentry, that's crazy, man. Why you go all the way to #2 to get Gentry? But this means Travis Hunter is going to the Giants. Oh, does Travis go? Does Travis go to Jacksonville? Oh my goodness. Well, I would not have moved all the way up to get Gentry. If you're the 4th pick, you move to #2. I mean, you're the 5th pick, and you move to #2.
Well, let me put it this way. Number 5 could get #2. Number 5 could get number.
I got you.
So,
Shedeur.
No, #2, Gentry. I mean, yeah, Gentry.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying Jacksonville jumped up to get Gentry. That was what the hubbub is. And if you put up what Dan says, I mean, that's been the talk anyway. That, and I'm like, are they that enamored with Travis Etienne that they're gonna go get Gentry?
Let me go. Well, I told you I never liked Travis Etienne. I told you that a long time ago. I didn't like Travis Etienne. Anyway.
It was a crazy pick because my chat, one of my chat groups is going crazy, like holy, it was like 3 holy.
Look, let me put it this way. I did say it was going to be a surprise, but I didn't think it was going to be that type of surprise.
So they did go get him. They didn't get your boy.
I know that. I know that.
No, they got. Okay, I gotta wait for this pick to be in to tell you, because if it's what. So Jacksonville trades the 2nd overall, 4th round pick, and 6th round pick for Cleveland's 5th, their 2nd and 4th, and next year's 1st. Oh my God. Cleveland got a bunch just for them to move up.
That's right. I expect Andrew Berry to be extremely active and make up.
Good God.
And make up for the years that he gave up 1st and 2nd round picks.
Oh, Jacksonville got my guy. Jacksonville got Travis. He's going back to Florida. It was not Gentry. Okay. Oh, well, hold up. Let me be quiet. Because my feed hasn't came in, but people are telling me that's what happened. I told you that Travis Hunter, ladies and gentlemen, last week's show, I said it. Travis Hunter is the linchpin to this draft. I said if he went 1st, things would change. But him going to Jacksonville and Cleveland dropping to #5, here's what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Shedeur Sanders is going to get picked in that top 10. He's getting picked in the top 10.
Yep.
Here's why. Carter's going to be gone. Yep, Travis Hunter just went to Jacksonville. He's trying to fake it. He's trying to fake it. But Travis Hunter's gone to Jacksonville, right? Uh, uh, Cam Ward went to Tennessee. So either Shadur's going to the Giants or Shadur's going to the Browns at 5, unless Gentry somehow falls down to Cleveland. And I told you in the mock draft that we did that when I picked Gentry at number 2, when I picked him at number 3, I think I picked Gentry at number 3. But Gentry changes it. Travis going to number 2 is cool, but Jacksonville moving up and getting him and not Gentry, that says 2 things. Sunshine is going to be throwing the ball to Travis. Travis is going to be playing defense in Duval. He's from Florida. This is perfect for him. This is perfect for him. Mr. Taylor, this is your show, but I'm doing all the talking. Talk to me.
Well, I'm trying to negotiate to get my service back, and for whatever reason, I'm losing everything. But I'm still on the internet.
What says for no reason?
What can I tell you?
But don't worry, I'll carry the show. I'll carry the show like normal. And if you need to go on your phone to rejoin the show, just join back in. I understand. Hopefully you paid your bill.
I'm on the show, but I lost my service. My service should be working.
I know, but you said you lost your internet service too.
No. If I lost my internet service, I wouldn't be talking to you like this. Okay. I have my internet. I don't know what's going on.
Well, with the second overall pick, the pick is in. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm trying to see who this person is that's calling them. Who's doing the pick? Oh, Eric Armstead, who's now in Jacksonville, is making the pick. That's weird. They normally don't have guest pickers in the first round. But Eric Armstead of Jacksonville Jaguars select with the number 2 overall pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars select come on, dude. All this pregnant pausing and stuff is it's not good for TV.
No, it's not.
For me, for us, for regular TV, it is.
I can't believe I lost my service.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select out of the University of Colorado, Travis Hunter. Booyah! Oh, now he's dancing down the Soul Train line. Travis Hunter, Jacksonville. Who would have saw that coming? Now, I didn't know Jacksonville was going to move up. And they have him as cornerback / wide receiver.
Man, I am frustrated. I can't believe all of a sudden this went bad. Talk, Mr. FSP. I got to take a.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, the king has arrived in Jacksonville and here on this show. I am the king. I'm not sure what's going on with Mr. Taylor's situation, but with Travis Hunter being selected number 2 overall, this puts the Giants in a different situation. I honestly think the Giants don't get Carter here. I don't think they get Carter here. I think the Giants get Gentry. I honestly think they do. Because this changes the mathematics. I had Jacksonville staying pat and getting a lineman. But with that not being the case now, they pretty much gave up their draft except for their third round pick. I'm looking at Shador definitely, in my opinion, just my opinion, Shador definitely getting picked by Cleveland or the Giants. One or the other. He's not going to make it to whoever else, Pittsburgh or whatever. Cleveland dropped down far enough to say, okay, well, I've only got 2 picks ahead of me now, and I picked up a whole bunch of picks plus next year's first round pick. So, what does that say for the planning of the Browns? If Gentry does not get picked at number 3, does the daggone Patriots get him? If not, Cleveland made a smart move. And I can't post that, Dan, because I'm not the host, but I'm reading to you guys what Dan has said. Hunter covers several possible needs for Jacksonville. Later, Jack's picks will determine where they see him. Well, Dan, they gave up a lot, pretty much everything except for the third round pick to move up to number 2. So it's not like they're going to have a lot to backfill. They have a lot to backfill, but they don't have the picks to backfill because this year they only have the third round pick and a 7th round pick left. And they gave up next year's first. It's interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. I don't think Abdul Carter is going to be the next pick. I really don't. The pick is in for the Giants. But I'm telling you, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, definitely. Jacksonville and the Giants need O-line. Both of them. But if we're talking about the impact of this trade, they got another receiver and a lockdown cornerback. He's from Florida. JT, you might want to mute your mic or something. But with that being said, a trade, not the player. I want y'all to understand something. People said Travis Hunter was going to go second anyway to Cleveland, right? So it's not the player that's the issue. It's the team need that now changes the draft. Who are they actually going after? Are they really going for Gentry? And they just want to be in front of the Cowboys? Oh, and Travis is going to play both ways. He is going to play both ways. There is no doubt in my mind that Travis Hunter is going to play both ways. How much he plays both ways, I don't know. I don't know how much he plays both ways, but he's going to play both ways. And if Shador, I'm telling you, if it's not freaking Gentry, it's not Carter. It might be Shador. It just might be Shador.
Say what?
So the Giants are about to make their pick, Big Dog Mac. And I think they got Carter. I hope they didn't get Carter because not with Gentry and Shador. Gentry, and Shador on the board. Carter would be. Oh, they did. The Giants picked Mr. Carter, Abdul Carter. That's a big mistake for what they have. Carter is a good player, very good player. Don't get me wrong. But with him versus Shador versus Gentry, you already got Thibodeau.
I got to be able to see this. So,
but people are saying they didn't mess it up. I think they made a mistake in getting Carter over a running back. That's just me. I would have gotten Gentry, or I would have pulled for Gentry, only because Carter is a very, very good player, very, very good player. But your need is offensive line and running back, man. Offensive line, and the Giants straight up lied to Prime. They straight up lied to Prime. I believe that was the case. Now, for whatever reason, people are saying Shadur isn't this, Shadur isn't that. And how will he do without his daddy being his coach? I don't know.
All right, I'm back.
Big Dog Mac. I don't think he's the next Lawrence Taylor. I really don't. One thing that I noticed about Abdul Carter, and something that other people have said on the talk radio shows that I frequent, is that he's afraid, not afraid, he doesn't combat the big tackles well on the run. Passing downs, he's a great pass rusher. But when it comes to playing the run, I'm hearing he's not that good. I mean,
Well, let me ask you this question: and is Michael Carter that good playing as a pass rusher?
Michael Carter or Abdul Carter?
I'm talking about uh Micah Parsons.
Oh, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I think Micah Parsons plays it adequately, but they move him around from backer to defensive lineman
Okay.
on rush downs. I
Okay.
don't think you can move Abdul Carter around like you do Micah Parsons. You can move from left to right and right to left, but I don't think you can put him in the middle.
Okay.
They would just use him on passing downs then.
So
Go ahead.
who's at number 4? The Patriots are at number 4, right?
Patriots at number 4. And I don't know. The Patriots, they need offensive line help too, but Vrabel might want Gentry. I heard they like Gentry too.
Let me put it this way: at number 5, and the key at number 5, because at number 6 is the Raiders, and you know the Raiders may want Gentry, so they moved down to number 5 to get Alvin Gentry, the running back.
I mean, I can see that. And they picked up a lot of picks this year and another first round next year. Jacksonville's in the AFC South. There's a good chance that they. Oh, why is Shador not there?
We talking about Shador is
No. I know. He and his dad are somewhere, but they are sitting at their booths. I guess they just put the camera into Shador's booth, and he nor Dion was there. But whatever, no big deal.
he's not at the draft. He's at home.
I know, and there's a camera, and they're not at home. They're at the Buffalo Stadium,
Okay.
or facility. So they're celebrating. I know they're celebrating Travis Hunter's selection, but they also, weren't on camera. I guess whoever the director of this production is went to the camera when they weren't there. So, but anyway,
I'm about 30 seconds behind you, give or take.
okay, that's fine. Here's my thing. I told you when you had the first pick that Cleveland might get Gentry to replace Nick Chubb. You said, "Nah, they're not going to do it. They're not going to trade out. You get that once in a lifetime." What? And I'm telling you, I didn't even want to trade out. I didn't even want to trade out, but I figured to give Flacco, or who's the other quarterback they just got from Philly that was drafted by Pittsburgh?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. To give him a strong run game to replace Nick Chubb is my thing. I ain't no decade behind, Dan. Whatever, dude. Um, is smart. It's very smart. Now they got a bunch of expiring contracts. Cleveland does, like Newsom, right? But there are a couple of players they can get. Now that they got a bunch of draft picks from Jacksonville to fill those needs. Um,
To me, this is just one of many moves, or one of a few moves that Andrew Berry is going to make.
I
I,
mean, I think you have to, especially, uh, excuse me, like I said, with a bunch of expiring contracts happening next week. Um, I mean, not next week, next year, and you got that big ass contract from Deshaun, you still got to pay out. He's going to have to make moves. He's going to have to get players that can be developed. Cleveland might not be a terrible team this year, but they're not going to be a very good team. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Who do you have the Patriots taking if it's not Gentry? The skeptic, not skeptics, the analysts say it's going to be Campbell, the
yeah,
offensive tackle.
that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm thinking it's an offensive player, offensive lineman, I should say,
Hmm.
and Will Campbell. I think they're going to want to beef up that offensive line and protect Drake May.
Okay. What about them snaking Cleveland and getting Gentry?
That's no.
I mean, I've heard the rumors, man. I've heard the rumors that he's high on Vrabel's list because he wants to employ multiple running backs. Now they just gave a contract extension to the other running back there, but neither running back in New England can stay healthy. And playing in Boise, Idaho, is pretty much the same type of weather that they have. And I think New Orleans, New England needs an offensive lineman, and the pick is in. So more than likely, they probably did go offensive line. I don't know if Dan is ahead of us, which they did. Patriots got Will Campbell with the fourth overall pick, and that means your team is poised to make a decision. Who do you want your team to get? I see the smile on your face. Who do you want them to get? You got a choice. You have a choice. Do you want the quarterback or do you want the running back? Come on now.
Running pick, running back, running back, running back.
Okay.
Foundation of a good offense is a running game. The foundation, if I said this for 10 years at least, the foundation of a good offense is a running game. And
Okay.
the quarterback that exceeds in play action is Joe Flacco.
Correct.
So this would help being able to sell play action with a very good running back.
I got you. I'm with you. I mean, this kid that the Patriots got is a straight monster.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Um,
He's an animal. And
he can move people.
that's the type of players that um, Mike Vrabel loves.
My only
Why?
thing is, I think he sits up too high. I just think he sits up too high in his stance, especially as a tackle. Now he can maul once he gets his hands on you, but if they push him up and back him up, that's gonna take his leverage away. He needs to learn to play a little lower. Dan. Okay, Dan says excellent grip strength, but which is cool, but his stance. Talk about his stance for us, Dan. Being an offensive line coach. I know when I was coaching in high school, I had a guy that couldn't. He was kind of slow, big guy, but kind of slow, and getting his hands up. So I had him go into like a receiver stance in order to get ready to deliver the punch or receive the blow. What do you think about that? He says hands on and it's over. I get it, but in the NFL, do you think he needs to adjust his stance? And the pick is in for Cleveland, JT.
What?
He is high, but his hips will compensate.
Okay. Let me put it this way. I can't see past number two. Either number two. Number two from Boise or number two from Colorado. I can't
You
see
already picked you already picked the number two from Boise though.
I
That's what you said.
strongly think that's what's going to happen. I keep telling this, and people just keep dismissing it. The best offense is a strong running game. The best offense is a strong running game and a quarterback that can do play action well. Joe Flacco's that guy. Joe
Okay.
Flacco is that guy.
I'm not saying he's not that guy for that, but in my opinion, the best weapon for a quarterback is a strong defense and
Okay.
a good run game.
Okay.
Because the strong defense will take the ball away, will put your or allow your offense to be in good positions to get points.
Well, let me put it this. Let me
Dang it.
let me go. Exactly what I'm not gonna put that on the air, but exactly what I'm saying.
It's your show. It's not my show. You can put it on if you want.
That I've been saying this for over 15 years. Run the damn ball, and then play good defense. And I think Cleveland is going to emphasize offensive players because of their defense that they have now. They're going to they need offense. They were the worst offense, or one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Absolutely, they needed offensive players.
I agree. But with this trade that they made with Jacksonville, they have enough to move back up into the first round.
Hello.
Because now they have two early second round picks. So they don't necessarily have to get a quarterback here. Not necessarily.
I'm not.
But
let me put it this way.
okay.
They
The pick is in.
Either going to have pick number one or number two in the quarterback position.
So Flacco wears number one. Is that what you're telling me?
No. If I'm not mistaken, now I could be wrong.
All right, the pick is in. Oh, they went defensive lineman out of Michigan. Mason Graham, D tackle.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Are you sad now? You didn't get either. Homie. Mason Graham.
Damn.
He is nice, but not with Gentry and Shador on the. Woo! They must really plan to move up into this first round again with those picks. I know there's some good running backs out there, but not to get Shador. Dude's a monster. Go ahead. I like to get this reaction from this Cleveland Brown fan. Come on.
Let me put it this way. You ever seen Draft Day?
Yeah.
You've seen Draft Day. And when they didn't take the quarterback, everybody went berserk and like, oh, what the hell they doing? But just like Sonny Weaver Jr., I believe in Andrew Berry.
Oh my goodness. Will the Jets draft Shador? Oh my gosh. The good line will make an average running back look amazing.
Yep.
That's true because right now that's what the Browns have, an average running back in Jerome Ford. They got average running back in Jerome Ford. So they drop down to number 5. They get defensive tackle Mason out of Michigan.
Raiders ran to the podium. They
Of
ran,
course,
they ran and put that pick in.
yeah, they're gonna get Pete Carroll run game,
run,
Alvin Gentry.
run the damn ball. Run the damn
Alvin Gentry.
ball.
Now hold up. I'm asking the question. What if they get Shador?
What if? Okay.
I'm saying
That,
because
that's their
Brady
choice.
loves
That's their
Brady loves him.
That's the choice. That's the choice. That's the choice they made. Yeah,
But
and
man,
they have a connection, a bro connection.
that's what I'm saying.
They,
That's what I'm saying. Dan, you know I agree with you that they need O line help desperately. I know that. I know that. But I think they're gonna get Shador or Gentry. Nope. Will the Cowboys get Gentry?
that's a
Will he fall to number 12?
that's a possibility.
Because all the other teams don't need a running back, bro.
Who's next after Raiders? Who's at 7? Jets are at 7. Who,
Yes,
who's at 8?
you got the thing. I think it's uh oh my gosh. I forgot. I had it in front of me too, but it's on my phone and I'm using my phone as the other thing. Um Woo!
Arizona is at 8.
Arizona's going defense. Oh, we're going wide receiver. We're gonna go wide receiver. Oh, Carolina. Carolina after the Raiders. Carolina should be after the Raiders. Are they? Dan says they are.
Number 6 is the
Yep. They got your boy,
who that?
Gentry. Raiders.
Is that right? The pick is in already.
Yeah, pick is already in. And I believe it is from Boise State.
Wow, wow.
Yep. They got Gentry. The Raiders are about to go nuts. Now they got to get him an offensive line. Now they got to get him an offensive line. And my cat keeps messing with my stuff. He's in a frisky mood because the female cat don't want to mess with him. Oh well. Man, Shador's gonna slide.
Yeah,
Oh my
they were talking about Shador sliding either to the near the down
second round.
second round. Yeah, they were talking about
Which is
that already.
stupid, man. I
Yeah.
don't like that. Well, it is what it is. But who's Carolina gonna get? What are Carolina needs? I think Carolina's needs.
They need some defense. They need
Yeah,
defense. They need some
yeah.
defense on the backside of that.
I think they'll get a. I think they'll get an edge rusher. I think they get an edge rusher. Tony says everything. Tony says everything.
You know, I'm at least 30 seconds, maybe longer, because I'm just seeing the Gentry pick.
Well, I got you. I got you. You told me you need. Listen, listen. The cane is always here for you. Carolina take the wide receiver from. You know what? I don't want Carolina to get the Arizona wide receiver because Arizona needs to get that wide receiver. Gentry, happy as I don't know what.
to
You
be
got that
a
Raiders
running back picked number 6 in the overall draft. Hell,
by a coach that's going to use the hell out of him too.
yep.
Tony says hometown talent should never stay at home. He's not from Vegas though. He's not from Vegas.
He's talking about the Arizona wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. But Arizona needs a strong number two to go with Marvin. They need a strong number two to go with Marvin. Um,
Marvin,
because
Marvin's not even a lock. Marvin's not even a lock. He's
what do you
shaky.
mean?
He's shaky.
No. I've seen him live. It is Kyler. Trust me. And you know how much I love Kyler. It's Kyler. It ain't Marvin. It's Kyler. Or the play calling. One or the other. Either Kyler's going with whatever's plays called, and he's not looking for Marvin. But I've seen it live. Marvin has been wide open. I mean, like downfield wide open, and Kyler is reading the other side of the field. He's not even looking at Marvin's side.
Well,
And I'm like, so
that's
I
your
don't know if that's the play call
that's your
or
quarterback. That's your quarterback. I'm keeping it real, and
I already said it's Kyler and not Marvin.
I said that's your quarterback. That's the one you like. That's the
I,
one of your homies that you
but you,
like.
you can take that off the screen, though. Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why? Why? When it's the truth?
You wanted to agitate. It's okay.
What?
It's all right.
When it's the truth? You know what they say about the truth? Well,
Long Star
set
State High
you
School.
free.
I'm about to set you free. He is not, y'all. Why do we got to start this? Why we got to start this?
Hey Tony.
We don't got to start
No,
this.
let me put it this way. It's obvious that hard head. You know what a hard head makes, and
A Jerry Taylor.
a hard head makes a soft. You know what? And I don't know what to say. I mean, it's obvious. He may be coming around to the truth.
It ain't. Oh my goodness! It ain't nothing about the truth. What I'm
He
saying
may
is,
be coming around to the truth. That
it's either the play calling or yes, Kyler just isn't reading the whole field.
let me put it this way. What did you just say? You just said he's looking on the other side of the field.
And
So
I said it could be the play call, like he said last year, whereas the ball ain't called to go his way. But
but no,
I
wait,
would say great
no,
quarterbacks,
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. I would say with great quarterbacks that have, that type of talent, they don't necessarily look at the play call. They see their star receiver and get the ball to their best player, not the second or third best option. No, not even the second best. The third best option on the field, because Trey McBride, honestly, is the first best option he has. Trey McBride has been doing great. Trey
Hey,
McBride just got
you know
a
why?
large contract.
You know why?
So,
You know why? What position does he play?
boy,
What
I was about to say something else.
what
I know
position?
he plays tight end. I know he plays tight end.
And where does the tight end usually play?
So I'm gonna tell you like this, because I'm a fan and I go to the games. Trey McBride lines up in line sometimes, but he also splits out. He also goes in motion and he ends up in the slot sometimes. So,
So, well, okay. When you say slot, when you say tight end, that's two
oh,
positions.
geez.
That where do they play? They usually play in the middle of the field. What's the easiest throw for a quarterback that only can look at
I
one side of the field? Come on, man. Stop. What is
look.
what?
I'll put it like this.
You just
Ask
said
Joe
it.
Flacco.
You just
Just ask Joe Flacco.
you
Why
just
are you attacking my guy right now? That's what I want to know.
why
Tony ass got on here And now y'all want to attack my guy.
opened up a can of worms when you said maybe he's not looking at the wide receiver on the other side of the field. He's looking at one
But
side of
what else
the
did
field.
I say? I said it could be the play call, like he said.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's supposed to be an all-world quarterback. How come he's not seeing the whole field? He's only seeing one side of the
God,
field. Come on.
didn't I just tell you?
And you just said,
Didn't I just tell you that it could also be the play call?
look,
Because that's what he said. He said
if he's such if he's
the
such a strong
oh
quarterback
my gosh.
and he has a number one wide receiver, the heck with the play call. If my number one wide receiver is open, I should get the ball to him. And he's
I
not
can
doing
agree.
that because he's looking on the other side of the field. And
Because that's what his coach tells him to do. I agree with you. But if his coach is calling the play over there, that's where it is. The Jets pick is in.
he,
And the Jets pick defensive tackle, Membo. We're talking about the Carolina Panthers. See, this why Tony can't come on the show no more. This is why he can't come on the show no more.
whoa. Whose show is this?
I'm
Anybody?
talking about my show.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I mean, you have your bias. I don't have any bias. Anybody can
Oh
come.
my God. You don't have a bias?
No,
That is such a lie.
anybody.
That is such a lie.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Let me say something.
Such a lie.
Let me say something, Mr. FSP. I never call you a liar. I never call you a liar.
But you know what you
Never call you a liar.
you like to you just spent the last 10 minutes
Don't do that.
dogging me out. 10 minutes dogging me out.
I'm dogging you out unless you take it personal. I'm talking about your quarterback. That
Yeah, you say, you got it. You loud, obnoxious New Jersey guy. That's what it is.
a loud, obnoxious New Jersey guy who's telling the truth.
Yeah, Cleveland sucks.
I never said that Cleveland's it was a showcase team that you should watch. I know that. And that's why they have the number two.
Look at you. You keep putting you everything he puts up. Everything Tony posts you put up. Oh, you're such a hater. Both of you. Both of you are such haters right now.
He won't admit it. When he said himself,
So this is about the draft, not about Victor. The draft is going on. So therefore, can we talk about the draft?
When he said, no, I'm just when he said he's only looking at one side of the field.
Yes, yeah, he attacks me. Yes, yeah, he attacks me, right?
I'm not attacking you. I am not. You said that. Maybe he's looking on one side of the field. Well,
because of what the call is. He said this. This is a quote from him.
But then
this is what the coach is calling.
But then you said after that.
Where's my water? Oh my God.
He's talking about going to your number one wide receiver when he's wide open. And the quarterback, if he's worth his salt,
I didn't say that part. I didn't say worth his salt. I didn't say that part.
I'm saying that if he's worth his salt, he's going to go to the first call of the play, and then he's going to look at his number one wide receiver. And if he's open, a quarterback with worth his salt is going to get the ball to his number one.
Now, take out worth the salt. I agree with you. Taking out that crap part you just put in there to make it seem like he's not worth anything. Like I said, seeing the games live, the plays are called to a certain side. And as someone that calls plays, I've focused on the Z receiver before, but the X receiver, which Marvin is supposed to be the guy, the best receiver you have. And the only game that I saw where Marvin was getting like manhandled and the refs weren't calling stuff was when they played the Patriots. He was beating Gonzalez, but when he wasn't, when the ball was contested, Gonzalez was just mauling him, and the refs weren't calling nothing. But again, yeah, we're talking about the draft, and right now the pick is in for the Panthers.
The Panthers have the. Hold on, let me just.
You can't even get it right. The eighth pick, man. The eighth pick.
Eighth pick, and the
Number 9 is New Orleans.
yeah, number
Uh,
9 is New Orleans, right?
Yeah, get it together. See, you and Tony trying to double team me. You can't even focus on what the show's supposed to be about. Can't even focus.
Any,
The
any,
hate. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all saw the hate. This is supposed to be about the show, the draft, not Vic and Kyler Murray.
well, let me put it this way: Kyler Murray got drafted as the what number one quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yes.
he hasn't played like that. So he needs to be talked about because this is the draft.
This ain't no, he does not need to be talked about because we ain't even on the daggone Cardinals. The Cardinals don't come up for another what? 5 picks. They're number 16, I think.
So since you're a Cardinal fan, all of a sudden,
All
what?
of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a
Okay.
sudden, who do you think the Cardinals are looking to get?
If that receiver is there, that's what we're talking about. The receiver from Arizona, if he's there. Now,
What,
um,
McMillan?
yeah, that's the one Tony said that the Panthers are going to get. And I said that uh, I would like for him to go to uh, Arizona, but who knows? Um, yeah, why Tyler Warren? Ooh, I could see Carolina getting Tyler Warren to give Young a solid tight end. Um, but Will Johnson also would be a good fit for him as well at cornerback.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
You know, just like it's Cleveland Browns. Hold on, they'll be right back. No, they won't. Ah, anyway, the hate for Kyler Murray is crazy between two people. But the pick is in. The uh, Carolina Panthers with the ninth overall pick select McMillan, the receiver from Arizona.
Yep.
That's a good pick. It
So
gives
let's
it
see.
gives
Let's
them
let's
a
see.
solid what?
Let's see what's going to happen with the Saints. Saints are need.
Yes.
Is Shador going there, or are they going to pass on him? And then if that happens, he's going to fall. Chicago's
Yeah.
not taking him. San Francisco's not going to take him. Dallas is not going to take him. Miami.
Well, who was saying who told us about the possible Chris was saying about the possible trade. I don't gotta give you no money, Tony. What are you talking about? I ain't bet you nothing. Why again? Why you post that and not the see the hate, y'all? The hate is real.
No, no.
The
What?
hate is
I'm
real.
posting all comments. This, and
No, you
before
didn't. Yeah, now you post that one, but you posted the one after that. Oh my God. This guy. This guy. Oh my gosh. That is the hope. That is the hope because they need him. And I think that, like we talked about on last week's show, you like Kellen Moore being his coach. I don't.
oh,
But
I love Kellen Moore being his coach. Absolutely, Kellen Moore's an offensive coach, and Kellen Moore likes to throw the football, likes to put the ball in the air, and
no,
he's got Chris Olave on the other side, regardless of if he stays healthy.
yeah.
Not Chris Olave. He's got Marvin Harrison Jr. on one side. He's got Trey McBride in the middle.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's not the Saints.
This is Carolina, right? It's Carolina.
Guy.
He's got what's that kid Poland or whatever his name is? Young kid they picked up last year.
You talking about Carolina, right?
Jalen Polk.
Polk. Yes.
And they got Adam Thielen, and they have This kid.
Yeah, he's nice. He is nice. He is nice. Um, I would have loved to see him go to Arizona, stay in Arizona, but it's fine.
I
You
mean,
know,
these teams aren't playing around picking. They're not.
not
They're not.
they're not taking the full time. The Saints pick is in, and if things go the way that people are predicting, they're going to go defensive lineman. And I'm like, I don't think they should go defensive lineman. I do agree the Saints need to get Shador because Shador is going to be their future. Uh, you give him Alvin Kamara. The Swiss Army knife is still there.
He's not healthy. He probably won't be
I,
healthy.
well, you still have him as a backup somewhere, or you can use him in different places. Um, like you said, Olave. They've got another receiver. I forgot his name. The one that got hurt.
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, Shaheed. Um, yes, the defense is aging, and they're gonna have to draft, or they don't have enough money to sign people because they got a lot of dead cap space. Uh, did they get Dart? Don't tell me they got Dart. Don't tell me the Saints went and got Dart. Well, we just lost JT. Not sure what happened there, but it's my show now. My show now. And I'm not gonna say anything. Oh, well, JT's back. He's back. We lost you for a second. I don't know if you knew that.
I truly believe that, Tony. Um, I don't know why there's such I wouldn't say animosity or dislike for um, the number 2 out of
Colorado.
but it is what it is.
Well, the pick is in, and Archie Manning was the last first round quarterback the Saints took. The Saints need to draft Shador Sanders. He is by far, and this has been said all around, the most accurate quarterback in this draft.
Oh my God! They took a offensive tackle,
The
Kelvin
Saints
Banks.
have. So I guess you're ahead of me now.
What's that?
I guess you're ahead of me because I don't have the Saints pick. Well, if they got offensive tackle, that's interesting. That's sad too because they're gonna pass on Shador here. Which is
Steelers going to swap him up, pick him up on.
Kelvin Banks is a good pick. I'm not gonna say he's a bad pick, but who the hell is gonna be the quarterback? They must be trying to trade back into the first round or whatever it is. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Chicago Bears are on the clock.
Well, Gentry's gone, and the information was that that the Bears were going to go running back. Do you think your boy Amari Hampton goes here? Or there's a bunch of defensive ends here or offensive linemen. They need to get an offensive lineman.
Chicago needs help on the offensive line.
I know.
And it wouldn't hurt if they went defense. I wouldn't be surprised either. They went on the defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I think it was a monster pick for the Saints, but who's their quarterback? That's the problem. I don't know if they got I don't know. I don't know. Arch Manning's not coming out next year. He doesn't need the money. Why would he come out? He's gonna stay in.
I agree. I agree, Tony, because what they picked last year wasn't ain't all that. And I still think he ain't all that.
I disagree. I disagree.
Even with
With
even with
Ben Johnson as head coach,
even with Ben Johnson, he's still going to have issues because he just ain't the one. Even though he was the one last year, he ain't the one.
give him some offensive line help. That's what they need to do. Give that guy some offensive line help. And this is very good and emotional. Kelvin Banks uh, having a real moment, you know, moving from University of Texas, going to Louisiana. It's not a far drive, but with the pick in, the Bears, they don't get the tight end. Tony, that's a bet. That's a bet, Tony. And I want my money, Tony. No excuses. The Bears have, I don't even know. Oh, okay. I know who this is. But why are they making the picks? That's interesting. And you saw that, right? Me and Tony got a bet, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, they're doing a schedule release for the 2025 season. I don't care about no schedule release.
The pick is in, and I'll wait for for you to realize what it is. I know what it is already, and
Okay.
this is going to help a young quarterback. Let me put it that way.
Well, if it's a tight end, that's good. But I don't know if it's a tight end.
I'll wait for it to show up in your screen before I say anything.
Well, Colleen and the other chick are still talking. So they haven't said the pick. They're still talking about draft release. I mean, schedule release right now. Hey, how far am I back behind you?
Well, let me put it this way: I'm on a sporting news website, and I get the
Uh,
because I got to stay up, so I gotta think of ways to um, be current.
yeah,
So
since your service sucks.
yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it right now, so I'm on looking at the big screen, and I can see what's going on. That's why I had to turn my computer around so I'm able to look at the big screen and see what's going on.
Oh, that's what you did. I was
Yes.
wondering. I saw the chair move, and I heard you talking and all this other mess.
Yep. So I had to do a switch move because um electronically I can do that.
You're challenged. You're challenged.
No, electronically I can do that on the go.
Please.
I'm, I'm flexible enough to do that.
All right, the Bears pick is in from what I can tell, and if it's already in and you already know,
I already know.
I know that means you're like a minute to 2 minutes ahead of me,
Yep.
which is nuts. They're honoring Steve McMichael right now. Mongo. At least he got into the Hall of Fame before he passed. I'm not gonna say he was a major Hall of Famer, but he was a good Hall of Famer. I mean, he was a good player that made the Hall of Fame.
He was a
With
very
that being said,
he was a very good player in um
46.
that 46 defense.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't at all, man. But most people are gonna remember him as a four horseman. These younger kids, anyway. They're doing the Walter Payton, uh, 50th anniversary Walter Payton's selection. So I don't know if that's supposed to be. Wow, I'm like severely behind you because they're still talking about Walter Payton and you already got the pick.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
He's about to make the announcement now. The Chicago Bears select tight end. They took Loveland over Warren. Ooh, I like Loveland, but I would have got Warren.
I agree with you, Tony. He ain't all that, and some people think he is. Caleb Williams is not the one. I'm telling you. I've
Oh
been
my
saying it
goodness.
last season, and I keep on saying it. He ain't the one.
Mm, mm, mm.
He doesn't have the AAA attitude, anticipation, and accuracy. He doesn't have it. Does not have it.
I don't believe that they just did Warren, who's pretty much an H back, over Loveland. I mean, did Loveland over Warren.
What's that telling you? What Ben Johnson wants?
Well, he wants a double tight end set, but Warren gives you so many more options.
Like I said, what do you think Ben Johnson wants? He doesn't. For some reason, Warren's not for him.
Yeah, but this kid is just a pure receiving tight end who can. He's okay at blocking. He's not a impact blocker.
What that stated Ben Johnson? He's not looking for
Mm.
an impact
No,
blocker.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
No, you
I
don't.
got it.
You keep saying that he's this
Silence. Well, here's a question: where do you think Warren falls then?
Colts.
And yeah, people are saying the Colts. People are saying the Colts. Tony is obviously got a bias. I don't listen to anything Tony says about the Wolverines. Not one thing,
He has
because he's got a bias for the Wolverines. Ah, now, who do the 49ers get? I think they go cornerback. I think they go corner. But they also got to think about, are they ready? Do they have anybody in this draft that's going to replace Trent Williams in a year or two? Are you digging up in your teeth? What are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay, all right. If your denture's coming out, hope you don't come out on the air. Oh, geez, this guy. You know what? I was a Wolverine fan. I still am. But the obnoxiousness of Tony and the Wolverines have driven me to act in a not so nice manner. This guy. I don't think they should go after wide receiver. I don't think they should. But you never know. Ricky Pearsall showed flashes last year. Um, I forgot the other kid's name that was there before Ricky Pearsall. Taylor. I think his last name is Taylor. He's good. And Brandon Ayuk. I know they might be trying to move Ayuk, but they just gave him a lot of money. A lot of money. Let me get my list out. Here's my list. I was supposed to be knocking these names off my list as the draft goes on, but I forgot. Dealing with Jerry. Okay, here we go. Carter's gone. Hunter's gone. Mason's gone. Gentry's gone. Cam Ward is gone. Mumble is gone. Will Johnson, Marion Hampton. McMillan is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who else? Oh, Banks is gone. The offensive lineman who was, where is he at? I got him down here somewhere. I got him down here somewhere. Will Campbell. There he is. He's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one player.
You got the tight end.
Oh, Loveland. You're right. I didn't take Loveland off. There he is. So out of my top 20, all those players in my top 20, out of my top 20, I have left Tyler Warren in this order: Tyler Warren, Jalen Walker, Mikal Williams, Jade Barron, Will Johnson, Omarion Hampton, Shador Sanders, James Pierce Jr., Jahad Campbell, and Shamar Stewart. Out of my top 20, those are the remaining folks. So far, you know, oh, there's Shador right there. I don't believe he's going to uh, the 49ers, but you never freaking know, man. If what Chris said happens, you know, and Purdy gets traded and Shador, ooh, can the Dolphins get him? Knowing they got issues with Tua? What do you think?
I think they need more pressing help than a quarterback, a rookie quarterback. So I definitely don't think the Dolphins take him.
Hmm, interesting. Well, knowing Tua's situation though, and seeing how they all perform without him, I don't know. I might swing. Shador might end up at Pittsburgh. You never know. That's what the comp says. The 49ers have a Marine making their pick. It can't be a good pick if a Marine's doing it. Sorry, Marines. Sorry, Marines. I love you guys. Who did they pick? All right.
Okay, it's no. I got the pick, but I'm not going to say anything until it happens.
Okay, well, Roger Goodell's about to do it. I think they go over either cornerback or do they go edge rusher? Because I don't know. There's a lot of good edge rushers left. But I see Will Johnson or Jadib Barron. That's what I think. Come on, Goodell. Select Mikal Williams. I knew it. Not the first one I would have picked, but Mikal Williams goes to the 49ers. That's
So
a good pick for
and
them.
number 12, your favorite team, Dallas Cowboys, come up.
You keep see, there you go. There you go. Acting a fool.
Ladies,
Now, Golden,
ladies and gentlemen, I just needle Vic because he cannot stand Dallas Cowboys.
that's
So
all right.
just
I didn't jump from team to team like somebody though.
I just needle just just bothered him and put a made his hair rise up on the back of his neck because he doesn't like the Cowboys. And I said, "There's your team." Okay, I put it out there. All right, all right.
Well, Jerry, let me help the people that don't know. Jerry was a Jets fan, then was a Texans fan, then he was a Cleveland fan, but now he's just a masseuse fan. I just needed him. I just put it out there. But he's got his orange and black on. You got your orange and black on. Now, Mikal Williams is a good player. They're showing him play the run really well right now. He can get out the quarterback too. He can get out the quarterback. Uh, the problem I see here though is so you pair him with Bosa, but who's go? Okay, put it this way: Fred Warner is in the middle right now. They think that the guy that replaced Greenlaw during the season is going to replace Greenlaw permanently because Greenlaw has gone. He's left. But so that their strong safety, and so that one of their corners, and there's questions about McCaffrey's health. Ask JT. He says McCaffrey ain't nothing, and he is a menace. He is a menace, Dan.
I didn't.
Absolutely.
I said McCaffrey is past his prime. That's what I said. So
Again, like I was saying.
don't get it twisted. I said
Oh
McCaffrey.
my goodness.
I said last year, do not draft Christian McCaffrey, and I was I was
Okay.
right. I was
Again,
right. Big time.
the question, or not the question, but what I'm saying is that knowing what's out there, I like Mikal Williams. I do. I don't know if he was the right pick for them at this point with all their needs. Now the pick is in for the Cowboys, which came in rather quickly. They got defensive linemen, a guard. They got guard Tyler Booker. That's a smart move. That's a smart move. They got to rebuild that offensive line. Now, I had Booker down at number 36, but Booker's also the best guard in the draft, unless you talk about the kid from is it North Dakota State? I think I got him on here. Yeah, North Dakota State. Some people have the kid from North Dakota State. Oh, he's running. He running. He like, let me hurry up and get out here. This kid is excited. He's running like a sassy old lady, though. I'll tell you that. But I like this guy. Him or the kid from North Dakota State is a very, very good pick. It's a very, very good pick. So, I mean, this draft isn't full of good guards. It's full of, nice tackles. He don't look like me. He does not look like me. I gotta see his face though. He might. He might be a child of mine from.
One quarterback, uh, two wide receivers, and one running back taken within the top 12. Everyone else has been and a tight end
Linemen have been linemen.
have been linemen, either on the offensive or defensive side.
Yeah, like I said, in this draft, you have a lot of good offensive linemen. This is the first guard taken, and it's not that many good guards, but there's a ton of offensive tackles, and edge rushers. I actually thought the Cowboys were going to go wide receiver with what's his name? I got it. Matthew Golden. But they made the smart move. They made the smart move, which was get a guy that's going to help protect Dak as well as I think he's a good pulling guard too. He's a pretty good pulling guard. So smart move. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, with 3 picks left, or 2 picks left before Atlanta, I think Atlanta is going to have their pick of some of the best defensive rushers. They can keep who I have as the top rated defensive lineman, edge rusher, Jalen Walker, if the Dolphins or the Colts, and I think the Colts are going to get Warren. I think the Colts get Warren, right? Like you said.
Yeah.
But if the Dolphins don't get a defensive end, because they got too many of them as it is, Jalen Walker is from Georgia, stays with the Falcons, I think. Oh, he looked just like his daddy. This boy looked just like his daddy. Quick trigger step. He does have a quick trigger step. He plays very fast. But I hope he doesn't turn out to be that good, because that means the Cowboys would be good. I don't want the Cowboys to be good. Grant is one of the
I,
best
I have
defensive
no,
linemen in history.
I have no idea why you have so much disdain for a team in your division. Okay,
Duh.
I don't dislike the Baltimore Ravens, even though I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan. I don't like the Steelers. I don't dislike the Steelers, and I don't dislike the Cincinnati Bengals. They're just division rivals that we have to overcome to get
Okay.
to do the best in that division.
Well, let me. Can I explain that to you? See, you jumped teams. I did not.
Okay,
My entire life that I've watched football,
okay,
I've had major disdain for the Dallas Cowboys. Major. And when I learned the history between the Cowboys and then Redskins, it made it even worse. And then the obnoxiousness of Jerry Jones compounded it. But this is something that has happened over my entire life of football, not just because I went from the AFC East to the AFC South to the AFC North. No, I'm with one team that I'm like, I can't stand these jokers. I don't like the Giants because of, the Giants are cool, right? The Giants are cool, but what Lawrence Taylor did to Joe Theismann made me just really hate them, but not as much. The Eagles, I actually like the Eagles because they had Randall Cunningham, right? But I'm not a big Eagles fan, but I have the utmost disdain for the Dallas Cowboys because they suck. They suck. They have 1 star for a reason. Yeah, they don't have 4 stars or 5 stars. They only got 1 star. You put that up there real quick and took it down real quick.
oh, I put it up there, and that's the second time I put it up there. Third time now.
Oh, I didn't know you put it up there before.
See, because you talk so quick, so you just um you got diarrhea in the mouth. Okay, no problem. You
At
keep
least I got a diary of a team.
you got oh okay.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that supposed to hurt my feelings? Is that really supposed to hurt my feelings?
I don't care if it does or if it doesn't.
If it
I
does,
don't
if
care.
it's supposed to, well, you miss the mark. You missed the mark.
It's fine. It's fine. That wasn't what I was aiming for. I got what I was aiming for, a response. But with that being said, who do you have the Dolphins getting? Um,
Dolphins
I
need
think
the Dolphins need a offensive lineman. They need more. Oh no! The Dolphins because Jalen Ramsey's probably out the door.
just left.
They need
Yes. Oh, he's about to get traded.
they need Barron, Jahad Barron.
Okay.
They need a cornerback.
Okay. He'll be the first one taken.
Okay,
No, second one. Well, it depends on how you count Travis Hunter.
I don't count Travis Hunter as a cornerback. I mean, even though he may play some at that position, I think he's mainly going to be a wide receiver and sprinkled in the cornerback position. I think
Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan is what I'm being told is the pick. That's what I'm told. Defensive tackle, Walter Nolan. I don't think that. Well, they need a defensive tackle, but I don't think you want to. I don't have him as the second best. I have him ranked number 23 on my list, but I have Derek Harmon ahead of him. Um, Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. That's what they got. And Kenneth Grant is, where is he on my list? Wow. Kenneth Grant is the 35th best player I have. I honestly would have went with if you're gonna go defensive tackle, I would have went with freaking Derek Harmon or Nolan, but they went with Kenneth Grant. Look at this guy, Michigan. Ah, this guy, he was wrong. That's right. Put his wrong pick up. Now, being a defensive tackle, he did have a lot of play. I think he was a force. I do think he was a force. But is that what Miami truly needed to go after first? Mr. Taylor.
To
I
me,
said,
to me, to me,
yeah,
to me, I wouldn't take defensive tackle. I think they need more help on the backside of their defense. I understand that. Well, I can understand why they took him, but in my opinion, they need more help on the backside than they need on the defensive line.
okay. And Tony, it's okay. You can have your opinion. I didn't say he wasn't, well, I ranked him number 35 out of all possible players. So yes, outside of the first round, I did. Um, Part of that was because I just thought the other two players played better. I think they played better. Michigan, uh, their defense was their calling card during the national championship. He was a part of that. Last year, he didn't show up. Most of Michigan didn't show up, but he didn't show up on a consistent basis. That's all I'm saying.
Take
He didn't
example.
show up on a consistent basis.
Colts ran to the
Oh,
put
they get Warren. I think they're gonna get Tyler Warren. I had Tyler Warren ranked as my number fourth or fifth. I had him and Gentry tied between fourth and fifth best player in the draft. And if they get Warren, that they still need a quarterback though, because Anthony Richardson ain't doing jack. But this will help them. They also need a cornerback though. They also need a bunch of quarterbacks. Tyler Warren. We both said that that's where he was going to go. Good pick. That's a good pick. So he goes from Penn. Oh, he don't look happy. He don't look happy at all. That's a bunch of old people
You know what? You know why he did? Let me put it this way:
because he knows his quarterback.
who's his quarterback? Yeah, like damn, I'm going to a team that the question is at the main position, quarterback.
Well, he's played quarterback too. He's played quarterback, running back, tight end, and I think it's a good pick as well, Dan. I mean, the guy is a monster, and he can block. I mean, I know Tony said that Loveland is. I mean that my guy Warren isn't an overall good running. I mean, good tight end, better than Loveland, but I think he is better than Loveland because you can use him in so many different ways. He's a good blocker, very good blocker. He's a very good. Oh my gosh, come on, dude. He can do a lot. So the creativity they'll use with him is good. But I think, see, here's the thing: the Colts lost a lot of their off. They lost half of their offensive line, literally. Half their offensive line went to Minnesota. So Warren is the best player on the board. Yes, I take him, but I'm still looking at replacing my offensive tackle and my offensive guard and center, even though I think they'll be good
All right,
because
we move
it doesn't
on.
matter.
We move on to the next pick, which is the 15th, was the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, in my opinion, takes someone on the defensive side of the ball. Pass rusher. They need a pass rush.
And that's why I'm saying Jalen Walker fits perfectly here because Jalen Walker is in Georgia. Jalen Walker has been great. And I think he fits their system pretty well. Why are the Commanders cheering with the Colts? Where is that at? I don't know where that is, but go Commanders. So who do you think they get, Mr. Taylor? Since you think they get an edge rusher,
Oof. Javon Walker.
Javon Walker was a receiver.
No, he's
You
not.
mean you mean Jalen Walker?
Jalen. I'm sorry. Maybe Jalen Walker. Okay, my bad.
Yes. Tony's just trying to.
Uh, let me go back here on Warren. This is on Warren.
Yes. Very versatile.
And
Very versatile.
and this is on Warren. And then Tony starts messing with you. And then
You already showed that though. You ain't got to show it again. All right. See, Tony likes to snipe from the comforts of not being on camera, having to justify his actions. But it's okay. So out of my top 20, who do I have remaining? Jalen Walker, who I think the Falcons should go ahead and grab right now. Then I've got uh, Jadai Barron, Will Johnson, Omarion Hampton, Shadur Sanders, James Percy Jr., Jahad Campbell, and Shamar Stewart. Those are the folks I have in my top 20. Now I have Nick Emanuori, Mike Green, Derek Harmon, and I got quite a few with the same grade as Sherman Stewart. But it is what it is. The interesting combination with Ward, I agree. Interesting combination because uh, if you're talking about uh, Lockett and Ridley, Dan, I think that's a good combination for him, but they still got to fix that offensive line, man. I ain't running the show today. The old man's running this show. You can put the old man can send you the invite out. He can send you the invite out.
The invite is on the league chat. If he wants to jump on it.
True. If he wants to jump on, I don't think he wants no smoke. That's what I think. I don't think he wants no smoke. I don't know why Atlanta's taking so long with this pick. Are they trying to trade to get other picks?
That looks like what's happening here, because
I mean,
they're about to run out of time.
yeah, Jalen Walker is an easy pick for them right now. They don't need running back. They could get an offensive tackle. They don't need Shador. You know, they don't need corner. They could use a corner, but they don't need one. The best possible player, at least on my board, is Jalen Walker, and that is a need. Unless they're trying to drop down and find somebody that's going to trade with them. That's the only reason why I think they would do that. Jalen Walker. He's slouching in that chair, but I hope he gets picked. I really hope he gets picked by Atlanta because he won't have to go anywhere. Literally, he won't have to go anywhere.
Wow. I'm looking at a minute 19, 18.
I'm looking at the pick is in, and it was less than that. Before then, it was like a minute 15 or something like that. But now mine reads the pick is in. So I guess I'm going to venture to say because they couldn't get a trade,
You're right.
because that's what they were trying to do,
Yep. I,
that they're going to pick up Jalen Walker.
I agree. I agree. They were trying to trade out.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you don't get this kid. And I'm Northwest, baby. You don't want that Northwest accent. Northeast, y'all all right. I lived in Northeast. It was easy. Oh, he wants you to send it to his personal email. He don't want to use the link. Look at the Colorado party. No, that's in Green Bay. That's in Green Bay.
Hold on, Tony, because the invite's on its way.
Yeah, don't be putting your email address out there to the public, man. You don't get so much spam mail. Jerry is notorious for that. He put me on some daggone conservative email list.
What? No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Northeast did not house RFK. RFK is in freaking Southeast, bro. Stop that, Tony. It's over there by Spingarn. Now they might be since they're putting the new RFK on top of RFK. I don't know how far they're going to extend it. Well, actually, you're right. It's the southeast northeast line, so I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. It's northeast southeast line. All right, here we go.
Top dog.
The pick is in,
Hold on, I'll be right back.
and the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker. It's about time. Jalen Walker. Good pick, Atlanta. You were trying to trade out. Don't be trying to trade out. That's a very good player you got. He stays at home and he creates mass destruction. They needed this player. Now the problem I see, now I'll wait till Jerry comes back to really address it, is when Atlanta's doing all this stuff, it's increasingly difficult to trade Kirk Cousins. The rumor is people want picks and Cousins and for Atlanta to pay a lot of that salary. That's nuts. But that's where they are right now. But I like Jalen Walker because Jalen Walker is a guy that plays linebacker. Jalen Walker is a monster. He can rush the passer. He can drop back in coverage. He's a monster. I like him on the edge a lot more. He reminds me of Donnie Abraham. I believe that's who it was for the Falcons in the past. But this kid is like Michael Parsons. He can play linebacker. He can play edge rusher. He's just that dominant. And now that he fell to Atlanta, he's probably like, okay, now there's going to be a problem.
I sent you the invite, Tony. I'm waiting for you to show up.
Keep waiting. Keep waiting. What are you blowing into the mic? I didn't need to hear that in my ears. I hear you blowing air in my ears. That was not sanitary.
It's my mic. I can do anything I want with it.
I know, but it's in my ears. I'm like, that's just nasty. All right. So literally every player in my top 10 is now gone. I go to 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, and 20.
Arizona Cardinals, who did they take? Matthew Golden.
I think that'll be a smart move. I think that'll be a smart move because that's the second best receiver in the draft. And didn't I say they needed to get what's his name? Titleman?
In my opinion, he's the best receiver in this draft. He's the second best receiver behind Travis Hunter.
Well, I like the big sized receiver like McMillan who can run all sorts of routes. I love the speed Golden, but is that what they do? The pick is in. I think that's a good pick. I think it's a very good pick because you put a bona fide speedster on the opposite side of Harrison, and you've got McBride in the middle. Now, Connor is a beast at running back, but they're trying to get another few players ready, Benson and somebody else to be the running back there. But I don't know if that's going to happen uh, because I don't like him that much as compared to Connor. Again, it was their rookie year, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You think they get McMillan? I mean, not McMillan. You think they get Golden?
Yes, yes, absolutely. To me, that would be the best move for them.
But if they don't get Golden, do you think Hampton might be in the mix or a corner?
A corner. I think if they don't get a wide receiver, they go corner.
I can see them getting Barron from Texas as well.
Yes.
Um, the reason why is I say Golden would be great because, like I said, I've been saying they need to put somebody opposite of Harrison, but the cornerbacks also need a little help there too. They also went out and got what's my man that was with Sweat. They got Sweat from the Eagles, which is a great move to put him on that defensive end. Calais Campbell re-signed with them, so you're going to have that veteran leadership and a destructive force playing defensive tackle. Buda Baker re-upped. I like their safety. They got this nice linebacker too. I just think if they don't go receiver, and I was supposed to be there at the Cardinals Stadium, but I opted to be here with you, JT. Just want to let you know that. I could have been at the Cardinals Stadium enjoying the draft party, but I decided I was going to help my friend.
Oh,
The selection is in. Walter Nolan. Oh my God. Why did we get Walter? Okay, not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. I'm not going to say it's a bad pick. What I am going to say is Walter Nolan is a solid player and he's a monster, but Golden was sitting right there for you to take to give Kyler another weapon.
well, guess who's going to get that next weapon?
The Bengals.
No, the Seattle Seahawks.
Quite possibly. The daggone Bengals need to get an offensive tackle. And right now, the best offensive tackle left on the board that I have. Oh, well, they might go Amarian. I don't know. Oh, they might go edge rusher because old boy's trying to get out of there. But they need to get an offensive tackle to protect Joe Burrow. And the best offensive tackle I got left on the board is from Ohio State, Josh Simmons. When we did our mock draft and I had the Bengals, I put Josh Simmons on the Bengals. That's who they need to protect Joe Burrow. Um, if they don't go offensive tackle, then they better get who's my next best player at defensive line? James Pierce Jr., Shamar Stewart, or the kid Mike Green's out of oh my God, Marshall. I like Nolan, but that's not who they needed, man. That is not who they needed. I don't know. I don't know, homie. I don't know.
All I know, the Browns are looking at 2 second-round picks, and they have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 third-round picks. So
Yeah, 2 high second round picks,
yes,
and I think they're gonna trade with Washington. I think they'll trade with Washington to jump back in there and get Shador. If Dart is chosen, if Dart is this ugly looking mofo.
yeah,
If Dart is chosen, let me finish my thought, please.
Nobody
If
want to hear
Dart,
your thought.
only see
if
what
Dart is
Nobody want to hear
chosen
your thought.
he don't have.
over,
He don't got no thoughts.
Exactly.
oh really? This is how you gonna do me?
He
No,
thoughtless.
no,
Really,
no,
really,
no
Jerry?
thoughts worth listening to.
You want? Oh, okay. Really? So I'm about to let that go, Jerry. You about to be just with Tony as your co-host. Keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth.
Like what? Is that supposed to scare me? Is that supposed to scare me? Come
Well,
on, man.
All you got to do, Vic, is
well,
admit that Murray's
I'm
a
about
bust
to leave.
and
I'm
Rudy
about to
can
leave. I'm about to leave. Y'all,
Murray's a bust,
y'all,
right?
no.
He
Moving
can't get a wide open
forward,
Marvin Harrison Jr. That's bust standard right there.
no, that's not what's happening.
If all he can throw is a
Again,
3-yard pass in
the
the drive,
Cardinals
that's
are not.
bust.
The Cardinals have picked. You should have been on when the Cardinals picked. We're now on to the Bengals.
It don't matter who the Cardinals pick. They still ain't going to win because they
Oh
got
my
Murray as a
god.
quarterback.
Oh my god.
They don't have a quarterback.
You lucky we like the same.
Hey,
Jerry, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave.
You can't leave.
Yeah,
You invited me on. You said
I didn't invite you on.
you said
No,
Tony
no,
come on and talk.
he invited you on.
you
So I'm here.
said, Tony, you got so much to say. Why don't you come on?
I did say that.
Yes, you did. So come on, man.
And like I said, this isn't about me nor the Cardinals, and definitely not about Michigan. Even though Michigan's had a lot of great picks. Michigan had a lot of picks in this draft. I
Yeah, we had
wasn't
three.
expecting them to get. Now y'all had more than three.
We had three: Loveland, Grant, and Mate and Graham. And we got Johnson going to go at cornerback later in the draft.
Graham, one,
Yep. I'm looking at
two,
the pick right now.
It's three. I know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Mason Graham
yeah,
went to the Browns.
yeah.
Colston Loveland went to the Bears. And Kenneth Grant went to the Dolphins.
Again, see,
Yeah.
Vic don't know much about football. If he
Excuse
ain't know
me.
went to what school.
First of all, I have a list. And I was seeing if I had any more Michigan folks. I actually had, and I'm not trying to toot your big ass head. I had 1, 2, 3.
You got four, the best all around corner in this draft.
No,
Will
I had
Johnson.
3. I had 3 in the top 10. Excuse me, 3 in the top 12, and my fourth one was Grant at number 35.
I'll say this: in the perfect world, if he's available at 29, Washington should take Will Johnson.
Oh, I agree. Because you pair him with Sammerstill again, that would be nice. However, I think Cleveland's going to try to jump back into the draft and give up those 2 number 2 to get that number 29, because we're the only people that really want to trade out. Kansas City don't want to trade out. They're going to stay pat.
KC's gonna go for offensive line.
That's what I'm saying. They're standing pat, right? So
Philly might trade out. Philly don't necessarily lead anything. Philly might trade out.
But we're ahead of Philly. So if Cleveland can get it, to number 29, and that's what I was saying before you jumped on. If Dart, because the rumor is Dart's going to Pittsburgh. That's the rumor. I'm like, I like Will. I mean, I like Dart. I like Jackson Dart. Not over Shador, not at all. But I don't know. Is Will Johnson about to go to Cincinnati? That's what I'm reading.
I mean,
That's
they
what
need all
I'm
the defensive
reading.
help they can get, but I don't think
I
they're
don't
gonna
think
go
that's a good
quarterback.
move. Jamar Stewart, edge rusher. That's my
Yeah,
number 20 guy. I think they should have went offensive tackle myself.
Well, again, they trying to trade or Henderson wants out, so they got to
Oh,
find
yeah.
his replacement.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree, for sure. But I would have preferred protect my quarterback.
Or get him a running
That's
back, but it's not a really
I,
strong running back class this year. So
yeah. Oh, Jerry, did you hear that? Yeah, I'm surprised you ain't got nothing to say about that. Y'all on his nuts. Go ahead. Now.
Tony, I think you're very, 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 very mistaken in this.
Okay. All right.
This is one of the strongest running back class ever. One of the strongest running back classes ever. They got guys that probably won't get picked that should get picked.
I'll be right back. I'll let you. I can still hear you, so please chastise him. Because if you don't, I'm gonna take your card.
I mean, it could be a strong running back class again with the league moving back to with some teams getting back to the running that running game. It could be, but again, most times we don't know how good a running back's going to be until year 3, year 4, or getting into that second contract. And we probably won't see any strong, like you said, we might not see some of the running backs go off the board until 3rd round. And then again, it depends on which system they go to.
Well, you're right about that. A lot of these guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it makes a big difference on where they land, on how they're going to be used, and if they're going to be able to showcase their talent, or the coach, regardless the head coach or the offensive coordinator, is going to hold them back, because you got some really stud running backs out there that a lot of people are not talking about.
Yeah.
And they can be huge assets on their team.
Well, I think that's what I'm saying. Like when I say it's not a strong running back class, it's not a strong 1st round running back class. Like this, obviously, this draft is going to be more about the defensive and offensive lines because most of the teams in that 1st round, that's what everybody's going to be looking for.
Well, I would say this: in the last few years, teams have been hesitant to pick running backs in the 1st round. So when you say that, it's because teams' attitude toward running backs have changed, where they're picking them up 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and whatever round. So,
and there was a 1st round running back that made that happen. That made teams shift from drafting running backs in the 1st round. His name is Ezekiel Elliott. If he hadn't done what he did, we might not have had the shift that we had in the last 5 years. But
thanks to Saquon, they're back in vogue.
What's that?
Thanks to Saquon, they're back in vogue.
Oh. Hey, if you're not on air, don't say anything, please.
What? What? I know you ain't talking, Mr. Rolling around in chairs and stuff, talking. And I'm trying to keep the show going because you couldn't.
And I said I appreciate you.
Yeah, but you were making all types of noises.
Vic, he's just saying with your Bluetooth headset, it was going in and out, so we didn't know what you were saying. So go ahead, repeat yourself after you swallow.
Oh my! Tony, it's very disrespectful for someone to be eating on a podcast.
Hey, my sugar's low. My sugar's low. Be quiet now.
Piss poor planning on your part don't constitute emergency on ours.
It ain't an emergency. I'm just gonna eat.
If your sugar low, that's an emergency. You mess around, fall out on camera, all we can do is dial 911, and they ain't gonna send nobody because we all in 2 different states.
Anyway, the point of the matter is that I was saying thanks to Saquon and Derrick Henry last year, the focus on running backs and the running game. And I told Jerry this 2 years ago. I said when Brian Robinson joined us in Washington, I said the big back is coming back. And then last year when they did the hip drop tackle, took that out, I said the big back is going to be the thing. It's going to be, because if you can't take on a big back, I'm going to give him the ball every time. The pick is in, and the Seattle Seahawks have selected.
Should be Matthew Golden.
I don't know. Nope. Gray Zabel. Gray
He's a what,
Zabel.
defensive tackle.
I'm telling you right now, Gray Zabel is not even in my top. He's a guard. He's a Gray Zabel ain't even on my list in my top 62.
Well, nothing against small schools,
Yes,
but
he is. My bad.
again,
Yes, he is. My bad. Yes, he is. My bad. The
North
North
Dakota
Dakota State
State ain't
kid.
really produced many professional NFL players. So
Well, he's number 41 on my list, but he's listed on my list as the second best guard in the draft. So, and North Dakota State gave us, a couple good players
who?
for
Carson,
their time. Carson Wentz,
they weren't
Christian
great.
Watson. I said good players. I ain't say great.
You said great.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. My sugar's low.
That's like saying Murray's a Hall of Famer. Carson Wentz at least took his team partially to a Super Bowl. Murray would have had a better chance taking
No,
the
he
AFC
didn't.
playoff.
No, he didn't. First of all, it was
They were 11-0. He got hurt.
First of all,
and then
Carson Wentz didn't take him there, and Kyler. We made one playoff run, but I get the point.
just admit it. If you admit it, me and Jerry will let it go for the rest of the season.
I didn't admit
right?
shit.
And that's where the Cardinals are going to be in shit all season.
Nah, with their schedule,
As long as
hold on.
No, as long
Go
as
ahead.
my show, I can talk. As long as Kyler Murray looks one way, they're going to be garbage.
Like I said, I didn't like the Nolan pick, even though the Nolan pick is a good pick. When you have Golden sitting there, you get Golden to tag team him with Harrison. Looking at the schedule, they play the AFC South. They should walk over them, right? But we'll see.
Who's up now? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 19. We've got Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Will Campbell, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Amon Mebu, Datora McMillan, Kelvin Banks, Colston Loveland, Mikael Williams, Tyler Booker, Kenneth Grant, Tyler Warren, Jalen Walker, Walter Nolan, Shamar Stewart, and Gray Zabel with the
Tampa Bay's going cornerback.
Well,
they're going cornerback.
They got some good cornerbacks sitting there. They got some really good cornerbacks sitting there. I mean, the only one / wide receiver was Travis Hunter. Cornerbacks none of them have been taken.
That's why I'm saying they're going to go get the pick of the litter, and they're going to get either Jadee Barron or Will Johnson, one or the other.
Well, I can tell you this right now, almost without certainty. The Denver Broncos, who are next on the clock, that's whoever number it is from North Carolina, the running back.
Omarion's not going there.
Okay.
Here's why. Today, at least it was reported today, people have been calling Denver to move up to number 20. Cleveland has those two number 2 picks now, the first and second in the second round. It might be they slide out of pick 20. Cleveland gets in and gets whoever they want. That's what I think.
I don't think Cleveland got enough draft capital to be sliding back in.
Did you see what they got for that for Jacksonville to move up?
Well, somebody gonna want some more first. They ain't gonna want second picks.
So you have the top 2 picks in the second round versus a low number 1. I think they'll take the top 2. Now Washington at number 29, it's like tomato to them. I see where you're coming from, but I don't know. They keep talking about Shador sliding.
Well, that's going to be the talk until Pittsburgh takes him. So,
And like I said,
at this rate, Aaron Rodgers is not going to play for nobody this season. So,
but the word that I heard today was that they prefer Dart over Sanders, and that's crazy to me. I like Dart.
And Mike Tomlin will be coaching for his job again because he took Mason Rudolph and he sucked. He took Kenny Pickett, he sucked.
And Mason Rudolph is back.
Yeah.
Buccaneers pick is in.
Shador's there with his daddy, Gilly, the kid. Is that big fat Faison Love? I shouldn't say that. I should not say that.
Oh, surprise pick.
Buccaneers?
Yep.
Did they get my guy, Shador?
No.
He's not hurt. Why would they take Shador? I mean, he's got Bayfield. They're going to ride that at least for the next 2 years and then figure it out after that.
Okay, let's see who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select.
All I can tell you is a wide receiver.
Oh, it's Golden. He's the only other best receiver there.
Nope.
Emeka Ibuka over Golden?
That's a terrible pick.
That's crazy.
Yeah, over Golden? Ibuka has talent, but he also has hamstring issues.
Ibuka can't get open. Tampa may they're looking for him to be in that slot. But
I didn't know he was mixed.
The problem is that Tampa Bay's getting old at wide receiver with Godwin and
Evans.
And Mike Evans, yeah.
They're getting old at receiver. So unless you drafting their replacement, which he ain't gonna be.
Godwin can't keep healthy either.
Well, he just also signed an extension as well.
I mean, at 6 foot, he could be a solid number 3 wide receiver. He's not gonna be a 2 or a 1. I mean, he
a year or so ago. Go ahead.
I look at him like a Tyler Lockett kind of. Like I said, you can use him in the slot potentially as a 2, but I wouldn't have wasted the first round pick on him. You could have got him in the 3rd, easy.
I don't know about the 3rd, but okay. I understand your point. He's not a first round pick.
Yeah, I had Ibuka at number 34.
You see, they're not gonna show no highlights of him against Michigan. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Because he didn't make that.
This motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Hey, like JT said earlier, the truth hurts.
It's okay.
Denver's on the top. Who does Denver take?
Denver's trying to trade out.
You think so?
I think so.
I think this is looks like the same thing was happening with the Cardinals, or no?
Well, their defense was solid last year, and being here in Colorado, that's all we hear about around here. So I think they're gonna go offense, get them some help, either receiver or tight end. But there's not another tight end I would take in this first round.
Not at all. I'm surprised that Janae Barron and Will Johnson are still there.
Well, if Tate, like you're saying, if Tate is still there at receiver, I mean, I don't see why Denver wouldn't take him. He'd be a good compliment to Mims on the other side.
Well, he would be number 3 or number 4 because they're not trading my guy. They're not trading. I just forgot his name that quick, man. Tall right wide receiver, number 14. Denver Broncos. If Knicks didn't throw him the ball, he didn't get no yards.
What are you talking about, Cortland Sutton?
Yes, Sutton. Sutton is still there. He's not going nowhere.
See, Tony, that's why he sucks in fantasy football. He don't know players. He don't know players.
You did suck. I mean, I suck too, but at least I won the losers bracket.
You're a loser. There you go. I made it to the playoffs,
And you
so I'm
lost.
fine. But I made it to the playoffs.
Mike Tomlin made it to the playoffs, but he ain't get nowhere either.
I ended the season on a 5-game winning streak.
Hold on. This from the dude that won this year, but finished almost last the previous year. Almost last. My boy Torrey Felix. Torrey's a Charger fan, though.
Didn't you lose in the first round, Vic, of the playoff?
Did you make it to playoffs? Tony?
Tony, who did he lose to in the playoffs?
I think it was JT, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I can look it up real quick.
I'm about to disconnect from you, Bamas.
Hey, I took down the fourth ranked, the second ranked, and the top ranked on my way to the championship. But I get no love. No love.
That's a worthy championship right there. I mean, I was 11th best team, and I knocked off.
I was number 6. Just keep it real, because you don't even know what you're talking about no more.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about because I took down the first and second ranked team in the league. Absolutely, I know what I'm talking about. I could care less who I got in the first round and push them off. I could care less.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to open this draft up.
Hey, let me put it this way. Last year, I got a really bad grade in my draft. Okay, I don't pay attention to the draft because that's just the beginning. It ain't the end.
Thank you, Tori. Put that up. Put that up.
Hey.
Put that up.
Okay.
Nah,
okay.
Tori, thank you for having my back, brother. Thank you for having my back. Because these two losers on here.
No problem. No problem. And this year I found a nut. Hello? And you see it right there. You see it right there.
I thought you putting everything up on the screen. I thought you put everything up on the screen.
Tony. Tony. Oh, yeah, I can put that up there. Hey, I'm not afraid. I can put that up there. Hey, Tony.
I got you.
He comes out and professes, look what I got. A great trophy for whoever wins. And who wins?
This mother.
And you know who he hates it. He hates it.
Put it on camera. Put the trophy on camera.
You don't got it.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Hey,
you're a hater, Tony.
You asked for it.
You're a hater.
You supposed to win that game, and you blew it.
Why you gotta remind me, bro? I swept that Bama all season. I beat him twice, but the third time I couldn't beat his punk ass.
Just like they say in the NCAA tournament, you can win the conference championship and beat a team twice, but beating 3 times in a row, probably not gonna happen.
And I get a bonus.
The ring, this little mother. This ain't about fantasy football. The pick is in.
My bonus. See that?
Oh, they got Samuel.
Ring.
Jerry's the Make-A-Wish kid. Samuel is going to make the Denver Broncos pick.
I'm gonna need these kids to wish bigger.
I get to play. I get to play 2023 for free, and I get to pay. I get to play 2024 for free, thanks to Mr. FSP. And
2023
and 2025, I get to play for free. So 2 years, I get to play
Look, you welfare recipient. The Denver Broncos are about to make their pick.
Okay. Well, the pick is in. I'm waiting for it.
Told you they're gonna go defense.
Jadiv Barron, cornerback. First one taken outside of Travis Hunter.
You can't say first one taken outside. He played primarily cornerback.
I said outside of Travis.
That was the first cornerback taken.
See, Jerry doesn't count Travis as a cornerback.
He's
So you need to direct that to him.
He's a wide receiver.
That's like saying Vic was a great wide receiver in high school.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm coming for you, Tony. I'm coming for you, boy. Boy. I'm coming for you. Oh my God.
I appreciate this. I want this to be a R14 or whatever.
R14. Okay, you can look at R14.
I want it to be a 14 rated show, not a X rated show or R heavy R. So can you please kind of control your military, please? I appreciate it.
Keep that military bearing there, Vic.
I appreciate
Roger.
Okay, Roger.
Oh, yeah.
No, like I said, I thought they would go with a receiver, but I think, like you said, they wanted to improve on that defense, especially knowing that again you got to play the likes of Patrick Mahomes twice. What's my man?
Yeah.
And the what's the guy? God, I can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, talk about his memory now. You're talking
Herbert.
about the kid.
Herbert.
Yes.
Justin Herbert.
And you put Patrick Surtain the second opposite this kid.
Yeah,
that's pretty deadly. Now, is Shedeur going to be picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers? His phone, he ain't got a phone in his hand.
And
he might be getting a call now. His brother's filming him. He might be getting that call.
Okay.
Mike Tomlin talking to somebody.
I don't know why any team would worry about bringing in the Rodgers at any point.
How you feel about that, Aaron Rodgers, man? I mean, I wouldn't want him on the Steelers.
I wouldn't want him on any team. He's proven to be toxic.
Yeah. His time has passed, man.
And like you said, he's 41, 42.
Yeah.
He may think he's in great shape, but again, if you're not, especially at that age, you probably need to be in training camp and in the mini camps and things like that. But
oh yeah.
And for what they paying him, yeah.
If Pittsburgh gets Shedeur, he will have Pickens and DK. Still in the offensive line.
They're trying to move Pickens.
I know.
They're trying to move Pickens. But you got, let me put it this way.
Shedeur got picked. Shedeur is the pick.
This is going to be tough for a rookie quarterback to deal with two diva wide receivers in DK Metcalf and George Pickens. That's tough for a rookie quarterback.
His biggest problem won't even be the receivers. His biggest problem is be those defenses you got to face in that division.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna be his biggest problem. Because Cincinnati just picked up another defensive end, so they got two. It's Hendricks stays. They got two ends. Yeah. Cleveland. Nope.
I'll say this.
He didn't go.
Damn. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle.
I don't know why they went that route. Unless Cam Hay was getting ready to retire or something, that don't make sense.
Damn.
I mean, it'd be weird. Harbaugh could trade Herbert and take Sanders, but I doubt that'll happen.
I doubt if that happens at all. Harmon, where do I have Harmon? Do I even have? There he is. I have him number 23. Wow.
I mean, the only other team left that needs a quarterback would be the Rams. But again, I don't know if the Rams would.
Well, I think they would take it. I think they would.
I would. I was just thinking about that, Tony. I'm looking at the board. And I'm saying the Rams with Sean McVay and an older Matthew Stafford, and being able to learn from Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. Ooh.
Yeah, and you got Puka Nacua out there. You can draft
Yeah,
another
and
receiver later in the
Devontae
draft.
Adams. And they got Devontae Adams as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they got a decent running game. So, yeah, that'd be a perfect landing spot for him.
Wow.
But I will say, like I said, he's losing a lot of money. Again, it's not going to hurt him to an extent. But I think, like I said, he's going to have that Randy Moss mentality. And all the teams that needed a quarterback, they won't take him. If they're on whatever team draft them schedule, you better pray your defense is on the best game of their life.
I'm going to say this. He's getting a real big business lesson. A really big business lesson.
Yeah, some of it is about, again, like some people saying how the interviews were bad and everything like that. Some of it is the arrogance of himself coming off just like his father. But again, it's rarely been a draft where the number 1 or number 2 quarterback in that draft falls this far.
Last time was Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he didn't fall. I mean, he fell to 28, but even still. But
yeah, we're not that far away.
Well, he's not going to fall to 20. Detroit not going to take him. I mean, Detroit could, but I doubt Detroit's going to take him.
Mm-mm.
And the only other team left to draft in these first round that may need a quarterback is the Rams.
You're right. Absolutely right. And that's what I'm saying. I think that Cleveland, if he's still there, they're going to trade with Washington at 29 to get back in there and get him.
Why would you trade at 29 when they have the first pick in the second round? Why?
Because you don't know who else is going to jump back up in there.
Yeah. Well, just check this out. After Washington is Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philly. So who's going to trade? Who is Buffalo or Kansas City or Philly going to trade with in order for them to move up in the first?
Guys, I'm not worried about, somebody after Washington. I'm saying that Cleveland would jump at Washington. Now, Kansas City will gladly take those number 2 picks for a low pick.
But I don't think Cleveland's going to give up both number 2s just to move back up, especially that low.
I don't know, man. Because Milroe, people were talking about Milroe, people were talking about Shedeur, people were talking about Dart. My thought process on this is, first of all, this was not a very good quarterback class, but the wrong quarterback went number 1. If teams and general managers felt that one general manager made the statement and leaked it or whatever the case, that Cam Ward would have been a 6th-round pick last year. He's going into the NFL to play those same guys this year on a team that does not have an offensive line. What makes him think he's that much better now? Because he's not. Shedeur at least is accurate, at least reads defenses, has the mindset for the NFL right now. If this is hey, you need to play our game instead of playing what your daddy done taught you to play, point made.
He had a offensive coordinator that was at one time a head coach.
And then Pat Shermer.
Pat Shermer, yeah. And he's I wouldn't say he's a guru, but he knows how to coach quarterbacks.
Yes.
And it was a pro style. So
Shedeur is the most pro-ready quarterback in this draft.
That's my point. That is exactly my point. And if you're going to pick somebody, they have a big arm, right? And I was just reading an article that someone shared it in one of my groups that said Ward's first day on campus at a practice, he was dogging out his receivers and stuff at the first practice. I'm like, guys, we understand you're going to be the quarterback, but day one, you're up here yelling, cussing at these folks. I agree with Dan. I hope Dan is right.
Yeah. I mean, but big arms don't translate to accuracy. Big arms
Exactly.
don't translate to pocket presence. Big arms
No.
don't translate into running an offense the way it should be. Like I said, again, hate to use it as an example, but DeMarcus Russell, he had a big arm, but he had bad work ethic. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
all these teams are doing is fueling Sanders' fire. Like I said, I hate to see it.
Exactly.
He might be, and again, I don't make early predictions, but he might be this year's Jaden Daniels, other than not being drafted number 2.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. And that's why I think Cleveland's going to grab him. But if the Rams don't,
Yeah, he can go to that first pick in the second round. And again, they save maybe about $7 million on his rookie contract, but he'll make
yeah,
that up in endorsements anyway, just who he is. So
Somebody's trying to trade up because the Chargers have not picked yet, and it's less than 2 minutes.
I'm telling you, it's either your Browns because they're the only ones that's looking for a quarterback. Because New Orleans don't have no more draft capital. They don't really have any draft. Well, they have draft capital, but the problem is they don't have enough to pay people.
yeah,
So
Chargers might trade out because Harbaugh wanted Loveland, and since Loveland and Warner are off the board, he wanted a tight end. I don't think there's another tight end he's going to spend the money on. So
yeah, I agree with you. We mocked Warren we mocked a defensive player going to him, either the cornerback or it was the first one we mocked Warren going to him, and the second time we mocked a defensive player. I think it was Kenneth Grant.
Yeah,
we had going to him
because their needs are tight end and defensive line and some wide receiver help. So
definitely wide receiver help. Definitely. Shit, they might. I mean, sorry, Jerry. They should just go ahead and get Golden. If they can't get a trade partner, just go ahead and get Golden. That's what I would do.
I can't believe that Matthew Golden is still on the board and nobody's picked him yet.
Green Bay might get him. Doubt it because they don't get first round receivers.
Yeah, they don't draft receivers in the first round.
But they got
2 seconds. 1 second.
Got a need, and they got a quarterback that's there for the next 4 or 5 years. You know,
the pick is in. All right. They made a pick, so I guess they couldn't make a trade partner. So they better get a receiver and or re-sign my man that they let go. They went to Chicago because he's still a free agent.
But who coaches the Chargers?
Harbaugh.
We know. We know he's going to run and play defense. I know.
He likes to run the football. This may be a spot for Omarion Hampton.
I don't know. They just got Najee Harris. So I don't know if they're going to get Omarion Hampton here. That would not be smart. Even though Najee only signed like a 1-year deal. So could be.
Well, I will tell you this. Again, Najee, when he was recruiting in high school,
he went to Michigan.
He was supposed to go to Michigan, and then he flipped. So, again, he may not be looking for a running back. He may see what Najee's got left and maybe give him a long term after this season, depending on what pans out. But I think they go defensive line, knowing that they cut Bosa.
Yeah, and go edge rusher.
Either edge or in that interior defensive line. Because again, they need help. Khalil Mack can't do it all by himself. So
yeah, James Pierce Jr. is my next highest interior lineman. I mean, or edge rusher. Jaheed Campbell, going at linebacker. Mike Green from Marshall.
This don't make
Donovan Azubuike.
We talking for 30 minutes.
Because they were trying to do some finagling.
You only got 10 more picks left. We ain't gotta make this last till midnight. It's cold in Green Bay and people trying to get home.
Yeah. I feel you. The pick is in. Goodell's at the podium. And
Harbaugh don't have the face that they got the one they wanted, but
Omarion Hampton. You were right, Jerry. Omarion Hampton. I don't know why they did it, but
I know why they did. To me, and this to me, and probably not too many people think that he's the best back in this draft. To me, I know Genty, he's 5'8" and a bowling ball. Mario Hampton, 4'6", over 6 feet, over 220. I take him every bit of that. He can
can
catch
you post what Dan has been saying? I want to see if Tony's going to have a reaction.
I had to post it. I had to post it.
Well, like you said, he's known for being hard nosed and wanting to run the ball. So again, he's looking for like he did last year. He had a stable backs back there, but none of them panned out the way he wanted them to be.
Right.
So maybe again, it's going to cost him a bit, especially with that 5th-year option. But yeah.
But by that time, Omarian's body probably would have been ran down.
No.
That's if he's on the roster that long. I mean, I don't think Harbaugh's had any running back on the roster more than a year or two since he's been there.
Well,
he bought in Dobbins from.
To me, the running back in Harbaugh's style that he likes is Omarion Hampton versus Najee Harris.
Yeah. He like Harris runs more upright like Henry does, whereas this Hampton kid is more elusive, kind of like Blake Corum was for him in Michigan. So,
well, he needs to find a way to block better and be a better receiving back. Because those are the knocks. Those are the knocks on him.
Well,
those are the knocks on him.
I don't know where you got those knocks because he can do both.
Well, Harbaugh's not. I mean, Harbaugh will use him in the pass game, but for the most part, he's going to be first, second down. He's not going to be on third down. So,
I don't think he's going to be on first down. He ain't beat Najee Harris out.
Well,
I bet you
on a 1-year deal, he might, depending on what training camp looks like.
And once they see that 4.4 speed, once they see that 4.4 speed and the power he has behind his pads.
Because I think Najee's best days are behind him. His best days were at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I mean, it's a good insurance pick because he will run 2 running backs because he'll go 24 passes for Herbert
but for what
40,
they needed, yeah. But for what the team needed, you didn't need a running back, especially
exactly.
What it's going to cost you.
I agree. I think edge rusher or receiver would have been better with Golden right there. It would have been better, man.
Well, let me put it this way. I'll say that Matthew Golden sitting there, one of these 2 teams that are next, either the Minnesota Vikings or the Houston Texans, is going to be a landing spot for Matthew Golden.
I'd say Houston. Vikings got their receivers. Vikings got Jefferson and Addison. Is it Addison? Yeah.
It's Addison.
Yeah. So they're set at receiver. They just got to figure out their quarterback. But Houston lost Diggs in the offseason.
They lost. Yeah, you're right.
Houston could be spot for him.
Michi hasn't done much. So Houston would be a good landing spot for him.
And like you said, they can ease him in to the 2 spot. They can start him at the 3 and then ease him into the 2.
And he stays in Texas.
And then, like you said, Stroud, not stay healthy, but this is 3rd year in the system, so Stroud should get better.
Not a new system. Remember, they fired their offensive coordinator this year. I don't even know what the offensive coordinator is, but still.
Yeah, Houston would be a landing spot for him. But yeah, I'm going to guess Minnesota either goes – they go defense.
Oh, they're going defense. They're going safety or they're going corner because you still got Will Johnson there, and you still got the best safety on the board that has to replace what's my man up? Who's the safety in Minnesota?
I still got hope Washington will land Will Johnson.
No,
although Baltimore is 2 picks above us, they're
going to get. Yeah,
if they get them, then we'll lose out.
But we still got a chance at old boy from Kentucky. I got him right here. Good Lord, where do I have him? Cornerback. Thomas from Florida State, but I also have where's old boy from Hold on, I gotta look at my list. Thomas from. Oh, there he is. Maxwell Harrison. Maxwell Harrison. Big, rangy kid with great hands and can move, can make something happen. And if Green Bay, somebody's talking to Green Bay, trying to make a move with Green Bay, because otherwise that pick would be in by now.
Green Bay needs wide receiver help.
And Golden sitting right there, but they're not going to pick a number one.
They never pick a wide receiver in the first round.
Never.
ESPN is saying the best available is Will Johnson, but the best fit for their team, they're saying James Pierce out of Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh, defensive end.
Yeah.
I can see that because they need some upfront help. But I thought last year their defensive line was some garbage, but they played really well. They played really, really well last year. But we'll see. I'm in 35. Mr. Taylor, this is your show. You need to carry the conversation, please.
I'm letting a good host lets the conversation. He doesn't have to carry the conversation. He lets the conversation just flow. Okay, a natural conversation is where he's looking at, and I'm letting you two have a conversation between each other. When I need to jump in, I will do that. And
okay,
this is from Dan about Harbaugh.
Dan must be an Ohio State fan because
nah, he's a Florida. He's a Gator.
Oh well, he ain't got much to talk about then.
Oh, shots fired.
Don't worry.
I mean, state of Florida ain't been represented in the national championship since what? Florida won one back in
Tim Tebow?
Yeah, the 06-07 season. Yeah.
Hey man, y'all better leave Dan alone. Dan got more knowledge. You might be older, Jerry, but Dan got more knowledge than you. Trust me.
Hey, you have your opinion. No problem. Whatever your opinion is, it is what it is. I can't change it. No problem. Am I going
who are the Packers picking, Mr. Taylor? Who are they picking?
If it was me, but I know they don't pick wide receivers in the first round, I would pick Matthew Golden. Okay. But they're not going to do that.
They might go Jahad Campbell, the linebacker.
Oh, they might go corner because they're trying to get rid of Jahad Alexander.
Well, that'll be the Kentucky kid. Then. I mean, it's either Kentucky kid or Will Johnson.
Yeah. I think they go Will Johnson. That's what I think.
I say no.
Oh, he's good. Oh, Lord, what up, guy? What up, Wick? His real name is Black, but I'm gonna go by his Facebook name. All my friends showing up on your show. I think I need to start doing the show Thursday night for real.
Hey, what can I tell you? Hey,
you only got one of your people.
Some people know greatness.
Negro, please. Yes, they see me. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
They know that I'm going to be on the show and I have old man knowledge.
You got old man gas. Old man
regardless of what I have, I'm old. Okay,
Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy's old too, and he's giving this pick.
What's he say here? He said, "You funny man. Want me to tell
you ain't never." Hey, Slim. You ain't never did that. Never. Maybe the Bills if they trade James Cook. Oh, they got Golden. Did they get Golden? Did the Green Bay Packers just do something crazy and get Golden? Yep, they did. They got Golden.
Hey, the old man knows what he's talking about. I had 2 straight picks. 2 straight picks.
I'm going to help y'all out. Jerry said he's on a service that's giving it this stuff already. Remember when he had the picks like 2 minutes ahead of me? Don't let him fool y'all.
2 straight picks. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll here. Minnesota Vikings. Ooh. I think they go safety, man.
Well, they don't necessarily need safety. They need help all on defense, but safety's probably not it.
You don't think so?
They can get. I mean, again, corner would be the best for them.
Okay.
What did this dude just make the pick? Jesus Christ!
Wow. You know,
It's golden.
let me just say this: the Green Bay Packers, who notoriously
Matthew
never
Golden.
ever pick a wide
Yeah.
receiver in the first round, must think a hell of a lot.
Of this kid, yeah, says the first one they done since 2002.
Yeah. Must me,
You realize that Mark Murphy was their GM before this year. So that's probably why they never did it. And that is a solid pick. What up, Wayne? Again, another one of my friends. I think I have to do a Thursday show now. I have to bring a Thursday show back. Like all my friends are coming on.
hey, what can I
Well,
tell you?
Well, if you do a Thursday show, then we all gonna attend JT show, and then you want anybody on.
He ain't gonna do a Thursday show. You go ahead, you can be on his Sunday show.
I can do a Thursday show. I have no qualms about coming on Thursday and giving you my old man knowledge.
Well, I just realized all the guests that we've had are coming from my feed. Only one you had was Matt, and he owed you money, and he ran away. He ain't even on here no more. Well, I can't tell if he is or if he isn't.
I really don't think it was. I really don't
I think it was. I think it was.
well,
All right. So
I'm way past that.
out of my top 20, who is left out of my top 20? Will Johnson, my number 12, Shador at number 14. Number 16 is James Pierce Jr. Number 17, Jahad Campbell. And that's all I have left out of my top 20 that has not been drafted. And we're at the pick is in already.
Am
at
I
number
old
24.
or is these fashion statements these kids make ridiculous?
You're not old. You're not old.
Like, who picked that for that kid?
Now I have a similar tux, but mine was custom made from Afghanistan, and it was not that shiny. But it is what it is. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers punching the air right now. They finally pick a receiver in the first round.
I wouldn't wear that in my dream. Aaron Rodgers had some good receivers when he was there. If he didn't take advantage of it, that's his fault.
The last one they got in the first round was Javon Walker, but that was Brett Favre's.
Either way, he had Jones, he had Driver,
but not first rounders. That's what he's saying though. That he never got any first rounders.
There's a lot of talent that don't make it out, that makes it out of the first round. There's a lot of talent in the second, third, fourth, fifth round.
When did Devontae Adams get drafted?
When did who?
He was the second, I think.
Second round pick.
Okay.
Out of Fresno State? Yeah, he was second. All right. The Vikings pick is in. I think the Vikings keep a dude in the Great Northwest. I think they go Will Johnson or Pearson. Because
I say Nick, what's his name? Nick Iman Worry.
Oh, the safety?
Yeah, I think they
That's
go
right.
safety.
Because they got to replace old boy that says safety. So you might be absolutely right on that. Absolutely right on that. Well, homeboy's there for a visit. Now I guess he stays. So
he may be thanking God now, but come late November, he can be wishing God turned temperature up.
Yeah. That is true. That is true.
That Texas heat is one thing, but that Wisconsin cold, yeah.
The winter. He gonna go from golden to frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, we had him at freaking. How did we let him leave? How did we let him leave and go to Texas? He should have stayed at Boomer sooner.
Who?
Golden. They just sold him his freshman year.
Well, he was Oklahoma ain't had a good quarterback since Josh Heupel.
Nigga right here. Okay.
Josh Heupel got him a national championship, didn't he?
Josh Heupel was in freaking Bama.
No, he wasn't.
Heupel was in Bama. He was not at OU. Well, was he OU? I thought Heupel was in Bama.
You're gonna need more. You're gonna need to understand your Oklahoma football history. If you don't know who the quarterback that won you a national
He
championship.
was. Well, Barry Switzer. You're right. Okay, shut up. I don't want to hear
Barry
no more.
Switzer won there when what the
Whoever. I don't care. I don't care. Damn it.
it wasn't Barry Switzer. The coach was what's his name? God, what's the dude that left? He coaching in the UFL now.
In the UF. Yeah. You're right. It's Oh my God, I forgot his name that quick.
Yeah, because his brother's coaching somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Stoops. Bob
There you go,
Stoops.
Bob Stoops.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
Josh Heupel was the last great quarterback Oklahoma had.
Yeah. And he wasn't that good.
He won national championship. So Murray
So
and
did Tim Tebow. So
that's
did
not
KJ
saying much.
McCarthy.
I mean, that was just an off year for college football. Florida just, they had all the criminals on their team that year.
Oh, they got Devon Jackson. They went guard. You know what? I can see that, but they just got all of the daggone Colts linemen.
Well, maybe
But Devon Jackson.
They're trying to protect McCarthy if he's going to be the number one.
I don't even got Jackson on my daggone list.
I mean, it was one of their
number
needs.
59. He's number 59 on my list, and he's the fourth best guard I got on my list.
The Giants just traded back in the first round.
They're going to get my guy. They're going to get Shador. That's the only reason why. They lied to Dion. They lied to Dion and said they were going to get him early. But they're going to get him now. I got to like Big Blue. I don't want to like Big Blue. But I'll start to like Big Blue. Yeah, Joe Shane better be talking to Dion. Dion probably giving him an earful right now. He ain't even talking. You see, he ain't even talking, right? He didn't look too happy. After he talked to him. We got two old linemen in free agency and now added Jackson. Both of that. You're right, Wayne. I'm saying I thought they got like the guard and the tackle, or the guard and center from Indy.
I just said that.
No, I know, but I said that at the beginning of the show.
Well,
when you weren't here. What?
Me and Wayne just said they trying to protect JJ.
Yeah, I knew that when they first did it. Did they freaking get Jackson Dart? Did they get Jackson Dart over Shador? No, they didn't. He's not looking happy. Oh, maybe they did. Maybe, yeah, because he's hugging everybody.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
If they got Jackson Dart over Shador,
the Rams.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't have Jackson Dart as a first rounder.
I had him sneaking in there, but not ahead of Shador.
Of the teams that needed quarterbacks, again, I didn't have him going.
Ooh. Yeah, the pick is in, but we go to commercial. Whoever's directing this is doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing because they're making people stick around.
JT, who they pick, man? You got it, right?
What's that?
You got that pick the Giants has made, don't you?
No.
Damn it.
No, I don't.
And those experts, Wayne, are wrong because I would say Dart is the most coachable out of the three. I would say Shador is the more QB ready. Dart has a cannon and he's coachable, but he takes too many risks. He needs a coach that's going to reel him in a little bit, but he's better
than the Giants. I mean, Dabo's on a 1-year deal, pretty much. Dabo probably
exactly. So this quarterback, if it is a quarterback, it's not for him. It's not going to be for him because he got Russell and he got crab legs.
You got Russell and he got who?
Winston.
Crab legs. Jameis Winston.
Oh, knick-knack, paddywhack.
Yeah. Wayne, what makes him more ready than Cam is not up here. Cam is okay, but he ain't Shador. Shador is one of those students of the game that he literally mentally is ready to be a quarterback in the NFL, even physically. Cam isn't mentally there. I don't think so. He says Russ is a bum and Winston is the man. Now you sound like Jerry.
That's that Florida bias coming out.
Nah. Wayne ain't from Florida.
Oh.
Wayne ain't in Florida.
I mean,
But
Winston had a shot. I mean,
Nick-
Winston had a shot. If he could have made it work in New Orleans, he'd have been fine. But
I think that coach did not like Jameis Winston. I think that head coach did not.
Dennis Allen.
Yeah,
Nah,
he did not like
he didn't.
Jameis.
Especially after what Jameis did with getting that last touchdown to old boy at the end of the game when he was supposed to take a knee. The teammates loved him,
Yeah,
but the coach was like, "Nah, get this guy out of here." And Wayne says, he's from NY, but he's a huge FSU fan."
I'm sure they regret not bringing Sanders in too, instead of hiring Norville.
Yeah, yep. I agree. Because he was begging to go to FSU. He was begging. Ended up going to Jackson State.
Primarily, he would have just like what's my man did it when Schellenberger did with Miami and Jimmy Johnson did with Miami. He would have owned the state of Florida when it came to recruiting.
Oh yeah, them boys wouldn't have left. Them boys wouldn't have left. I guess Jackson Dart was the pick. The way they're smiling, and he's trying to cover up his smile. I will be so heated right now. So heated.
Well, again, he's the modern version of Daniel Jones, so that GM and the coach gonna be out by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, because what are they gonna do if they just signed Krabs and Russ? Are they gonna make Dart sit behind them? If they are, that's fine. Look at Jerry losing his feet again.
Well, Winston probably wasn't gonna play at all. Russ would more than likely be the starter. Winston is just there as the third option. Yeah, they took Jackson Dart.
Yeah, you can tell by the celebration.
I would say again, the two New York organizations have pretty much been the laughing stock of the league for the last 10 years.
And again, these people lied straight to Dion and Shador's face. You got to learn, baby. This business is dirty.
I mean, he's not getting the hype that Daniel Jones got, but he's similar to Daniel Jones. Like, so they literally put the same quarterback.
Nah, I think he's better than Daniel Jones. I've seen him play, but he doesn't have offensive line.
The Rams just traded out.
The Rams traded out
Oh.
with.
okay. Hold on.
Falcons.
Hold on.
I said the pick is in.
Hold on.
Said the Rams pick is in.
No, the Rams
Traded pick. Yeah.
Falcons a pick.
The Falcons.
They traded with the
Who
Falcons.
who they trying to get?
Well, they need cornerback, O-line, and D-line. So either some more
Probably.
protection for
Yeah.
Penix or strengthen up that defense with a
I
cornerback.
think you know what? I think they get Jihad Campbell and reunite that Bama. I mean, and put that Bama and that Georgia dude together because he's at linebacker. Get another linebacker.
Or they might get the Harrison kid, the cornerback out of Kentucky.
Nah, your boy Johnson. Because Johnson ain't been picked.
Well, I think what's hurting Johnson is that he didn't play this much this year, and that's why he's falling so far. So most people are probably questioning his health.
I don't believe Jackson Dart went ahead. Well, They're gonna do that to Shador. Okay. They're gonna wake up a sleeping giant, boy. A sleeping giant. Well, you know what? They might be getting Simmons from Ohio State because Simmons ain't been picked, and they want to protect the front side of Penix because he's a lefty.
Yeah, I think they go defense. I think Falcons go defense. They move back in and shore up some of that defense because that's pretty much what hurt them down the stretch.
I don't know, man.
I
I'm a little upset right now.
predict this. I think the Browns, with the 33rd pick, take Shedeur Sanders, and with the 35th pick, they take one of the running backs from Ohio State.
Well, we're coming to close to the end of the draft. What was this surprise you thought was going to happen, JT? Because apparently it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So what was it?
Well, I thought the Browns, as soon as they didn't take Hunter, I was skeptical about what was going to happen later in the round in the draft, and it didn't happen. I thought they would trade up with one of the teams that were in the 20s to get Shedeur and pair those two guys up.
So again, that's what you said happened during the draft, but you said you thought something else was going to happen before the draft.
I didn't say no. I said during the draft.
I know, but you said that. So so you're saying you thought that they were going to get Travis Hunter at number 2,
right,
and then find a way to trade back into the round to get Shedeur. I mean, we both said that, so
exactly.
All right. I thought it was something different. I thought it was something different than what I had already said. So
Dabo just signed his death warrant. He just said the Jackson Dart reminds him and has similar traits to Josh Allen.
He's got a big arm like Josh. He ain't as big as Josh, though.
He ain't as smart as Josh. He ain't as clever as Josh.
Yeah.
There's a lot he ain't as Josh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, man. Well, at least we know Washington won't be at the bottom of the NFC East.
This is true. Atlanta's picking who?
Oh, Atlanta. Man. I told you. They're going defense.
James Pierce Jr. They got 2 defensive ends. Okay. James Pierce Jr.
My prediction's getting close, man. I told you. Will Johnson, Washington.
Maybe. Hey, Wayne, we talked about it. I got you, baby boy.
That's a big.
I don't know. Baltimore's up next, so unless Baltimore trade out, yeah, we may not get him.
Baltimore not trading out, dude.
Will Johnson's a safety, right?
Or corner.
Ooh.
Because you put him with Humphrey on the other side, or what's for? No, Baltimore. Yeah, Humphrey and Hamilton.
Baltimore's weakness was on the backside. They may.
It's either him or the Kentucky kid. God dang, the Rams got a 2nd, a 7th, and a 1st in 2026. All right.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that Cleveland would give up those 2 number 2s to get back in there, but they might not now.
I think
they might not now.
I think they're sitting pat. I don't think anybody take a quarterback now. So
yeah, the last 5 picks aren't good trade partners right now because all these teams are looking for one thing to help them get past Philadelphia. So Kansas City's gonna look O-line. Yep. Buffalo's probably gonna look for a receiver. Washington.
I think Buffalo's going edge rusher. I think they go edge rusher because they don't have a solid edge rusher no more.
They got rid of Miller, right?
Yeah, they got rid of Von Miller.
Yeah,
I like Mike Green.
But Bosa's there.
For how long, though, bro?
I mean, it's just one season. That's all you need.
True, but I want somebody that's going to last me for a while. You got Bosa, and you put him there with like Mike Green out of Marshall, or you do Donovan Ezebuke from Boston College.
Yeah,
and you got like a nice match.
But again, like I said, they need cornerbacks, D-line, and receiver.
Yeah.
I think because they're showing against the Chiefs, yeah, they go defense, but he needs another weapon on offense. I don't think what's his Shakif or goddamn Sharif, what's his name? Number 10 is enough on the offensive side. And they got Asian tight ends too. So
Well, I'm going to say Atlanta set themselves up perfectly. They got their franchise quarterback. They got their hold on, fellas. Hold on.
I mean, Atlanta again. You're in a division that's winnable. Like I said, the only team you're contending with is the Falcons or is the Buccaneers. So you start shooting up small pieces because the offense supposedly is there with the wide receiver and tight end that they have and the running back. So the offense is there. You get the offensive line, better protection for Penix, and now you got to finish that backside, the defensive side. So by doing what they did in this first round, they showed up the front side of the defense. Now they got to go get something on the backside.
Who are you talking about?
The Falcons. I was
Oh,
finishing.
yeah. Well, that's the thing because Walker, like I said, can stand up and be in the middle or go to the edge. And now you got a pure edge rusher that's a monster in Pearson. What hurt Pearson was this past season. Tennessee sucked. And their defense, well, they didn't suck. Let me put it that way. They weren't as good as they could have been, and they were in the past. So getting those two monsters for the next 5 years, 6 years, woo! That's cold-blooded right there. Plus, they got Penix, Drake London. They haven't moved the tight end. And they got Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got Pitts at tight end. You got Drake London and Robinson. So the offense, you got your core three on the offensive side. They need to shore up defense to get them down the stretch.
Yeah. They got the highest paid cornerback. Well, he was the highest paid cornerback for a minute. Then get one more linebacker, and they got him right here. Out of I don't believe Jaheed Campbell is still on the board. That's just me. I think he's a monster, but maybe we get him.
I'd take a corner over linebacker.
I do too.
If I'm watching him, but
I'll take Josh Simmons if he's there. That's what I do. Because we need a strong left tackle. We bought one, but he's not going to last long.
What the? Okay, right.
Host of the show, you just sitting back there, Like
I said, I'm letting the conversation flow until there's a huge
Hey,
lull,
Tony,
and then
let's stop talking. Let's stop talking, Tony. Let's make the host do his job and host. He's drinking coffee. How rude.
I mean, it's a long night. He's on the East Coast, so it's what? Almost 11 o'clock.
It's after 11 o'clock here.
It's 11:09 there.
It's after 11 o'clock. Isn't that after 11 o'clock? Don't even talk because yeah. Okay. At least
you stop talking now.
At least I'm doing something to try to keep myself awake and alert.
Thank God. Oh man, I gotta check.
Baltimore Ravens, the pick is in, and it hasn't shown up yet. Maybe you guys can enlighten me because I haven't seen it yet.
I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I got nothing on this end. But apparently, Outsider Shador saying that Will Johnson is the best pick in the left at this position. But
out of all these teams, Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, and Kansas City, and Philly, Shador is going to go to 33rd.
Yeah, he'll fall to the second. Again, it'll drop some of his money value-wise, but he'll recoup that in endorsements. He'll have more endorsements than anybody in the first round. Oh, and
Memphis
yep,
is getting that
Baltimore went.
ass kicked.
Baltimore made the pick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It fits their needs, but it keeps my prediction.
Hey, okay, Tony. Tony, I'm going to ask you this. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know who's going to take him, but what's your thoughts on quarterback out of Alabama, Jalen Milroe?
I think if Cleveland takes Shador in the second round, I think he falls to the third. And again, he becomes somebody's number 3 wherever he goes because from what he did in college. And again, I look at it, he played in the SEC, but I also look at his last 2 biggest games, which was 2 games against Michigan in the Rose Bowl last year and then the Nobody Knows Bowl down in Florida this past year.
Yep,
And
versus y'all, I
he
believe
didn't
it
look
was.
great against both. And the worst part was this year's bowl game. He looked even worse against Michigan's number 2s and number 3s. And so that, along with him not being as tall as some of the other quarterbacks, he's mobile. He's not as accurate, but I think he falls to the third round and be somebody's number 3.
And the Ravens take Malachi Starks, a safety out of
Georgia. They took him over Nick Emmanwori. I like old boy, but I don't have him over Olawari, man. I guess they're saying because of the system he was in. I mean, he could play.
That's what the Ravens needed. They needed help on that backside. Now they needed on the cornerback, not necessarily the safety. Now if they try to move in the corner, he might. But he's
a slot. He's a slot corner at best, bro. He ain't no daggone. He might, because the Chiefs always land somebody that's solid. Always.
Yeah, I think Wayne might be on to something with Mike Green going to, because like I said, Buffalo needs help on that edge.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I said about. I don't have Mike Green going. I have who did I say? I did say Mike Green out of Marshall or Donovan as a rookie out of Boston College. Yeah. I said one of those two will go to Buffalo.
I mean, you got Jordan Birch out of Oregon, but again, I don't think he'll go that high. I think somebody will wait till the late second, early third to pick him up.
Yeah. Birch is good, but
Lions didn't hesitate. Their pick is in.
They need an edge rusher. They're going to get one of the two we just talked about. That would be the smart thing.
Well, I don't know why would you get an edge rusher? You got Hutchinson coming back. You don't need an edge rusher.
You need somebody opposite him.
But they had what's his name? Not Preston Smith. What's the other guy?
I know you're talking about. He's a free agent. He didn't resign with them.
Okay.
Give me somebody young to go with him, with Hutchinson. Now Hutch might not be playing full tilt when he comes back because of the injury. You know what I mean?
He was out running wind sprints and shit last week.
Well, I don't know what he's gonna do now, but you give me either freaking Green.
Is that a pink suit?
Yeah, I think so.
Or was that like a lighter shade of purple?
It's lavender.
Lavender is a little bit darker than that.
I think that's lavender.
The handkerchief was purple, but
look, man, it's okay. It's Easter. It was just Easter. Let the man live. Let the man live. Let the man live.
Not pink though.
It don't matter if it is, but they all look like they're going to Easter service.
I'm just saying he just spent his signing bonus on that suit.
No. Remember, they're probably getting paid to wear those suits by those designers.
Yeah. Oh no, Detroit didn't need much, but they lost all their coordinators, so it'll be interesting to see where Dan Campbell goes.
Oh, edge rusher, dude. That has been the talk of the town. Edge.
I mean, yeah, because he's got 2 receivers, he's got his running backs.
Got his quarterback, got his offensive line.
Well, they got to
He
need a
needs-
center and guard, maybe.
Bro, if
But
they don't get
I think you should.
Green or as a worry, it's a problem.
Well, I think because again in that Washington game, that was their problem. The defensive line couldn't get to Daniels, and that hurt him.
Exactly.
Yeah, they need a pass rush.
Yeah.
Detroit definitely needs a pass rush.
Yeah, I say the Marshall kid, Green. If they don't pick Green, then
They better go to Ezra Curry. I mean, as a recruit, you know what I mean. Kid out of Boston College. Because that would be bad. Very, very bad. And you might get your wish, bro. We can get Will Campbell, maybe.
Nope, they went. Who did they go?
Oh, Will Campbell went to not Will Campbell.
Talik Williams, Ohio State D tackle. They didn't go edge rusher.
What? Are they trying to get a push up the middle?
I guess
they have to. Their D line, the quarterback, the opposing quarterback will always sit back there and just twiddle his thumbs because as much time as he had, when they lost Hutch, they lost their pass rush.
All right. Well, again,
Wayne says we're gonna get Will.
I mean, that's what
3 for 3.
We got needs on defense all over the place, but I think that's the hardest one to fill because again, my personal beef, one of the worst trades I've ever seen was trading Champ Bailey for Clint Portis. Yeah. I mean, we got 3 good years out of Portis, but Champ Bailey went on to have a Hall of Fame career. So
I don't even have Williams in my top 62.
You guys got Asante Samuel, right?
No. Asante Samuel is a free agent.
Who you have as the older cornerback?
It's Chin, isn't it? Not Chin.
Chin is gone. Lattimore.
Ooh.
And he can't stay healthy.
He old, man. He old. He's slow. He's constantly getting toast. They nickname him Toast, man, because he's constantly getting burned. Now, he's in name only, in my opinion.
Why is Jaheed Campbell falling? Why?
Somebody said something.
Yeah, somebody had to say something. Or they're trying to think that he's a product of the other players around him.
We didn't cut that dude. He's still on the roster.
Who?
Noah, what's his name? Iganobi, whatever his name is. The cornerback, number 20. I forget his name. Yeah, so we got Lattimore, Sanders Steele, who still will be the slot corner. He's not going to be the starting corner. Kevon Seymour's on the roster, but he probably won't start. Jonathan Jones, we brought Jonathan Jones over from New England, but he probably not going to start. So, yeah.
I think we go get Will. I mean,
it's the logical pick.
Yeah. Unless we get a deal that we can't resist in the second round, which would come from Cleveland only, because you still got Will Johnson, you got Maxwell Harrison, you got Aziri Thomas, but we'd have to be at the top of the draft. I mean, top of the second round to get them, because they're not going to fall to the bottom of the second round. They're definitely not falling to the bottom of the second round. You see his other comment, JT?
Well, I mean, your team is taking an awful long to put their.
We might be trying to trade out. Like I said, I told you, we might be trying to trade with Cleveland.
Well, my thinking is this: you're at 29, 4 picks away from 33. Why would you want to trade?
No, the pick is in. It's going in.
Well, the reason why we would trade is because we have a low second round pick. Cleveland will want to trade maybe because they think somebody else might try to move in to the first round. But right now, as it stands, they're going. Shadur's going to be right there for him if they want him.
Yeah, because none of these four are going to take him. So
Yeah,
yeah, Washington pick is in. So it's just a matter of paying these bills and commercials and somebody making an announcement.
this is nuts though, bro. This is nuts.
Be right back, folks.
All right. The Rams wanted Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart went right in front of him, so they made the trade. That's wild that they don't have Shadur Sanders above Jackson Dart.
I wonder why. There's got to be something going on, man, that they don't have that higher opinion of Shador.
It's got to be the Sanders name, like he says, bro. I think it's
Look,
the Sanders name, bro.
It's got to be. If you trying to win, the hell, going. The hell with the name. You trying to win?
He's gonna get drafted, but do they want to make him a first round pick? Like I said, it's a business decision. Teaching him, hey, you're gonna be this way because we control what's going on. I think that's more of the situation than it is of him, having issues.
Who we talking about?
Shadur. I did not like that pick up of Javon Kinlaw. I know you don't want to give up on a player, but that dude was a waste. Anyway. And I like Laramie Tunsil, but I don't like Laramie.
What the hell?
Commander select Josh Cornley Jr., offensive tackle. I told you we were going to get a tackle. I would have got Simmons, though. I would have got Simmons.
Why you think more of Simmons than you do of Conley Jr.?
I do.
Why? Tell me why.
Because the system. So I know that Chip Kelly ran the system in Ohio State, right?
Okay. Okay.
But the system in Oregon is they didn't do a lot of run blocking in Oregon. At least at Ohio State, they ran the rock. Conley Jr. is a very good pick. Don't get me wrong. But I prefer Simmons over him. And I know Simmons just had the surgery, but it is what it is, man. They're going to move him to right tackle.
I mean, we needed O-line help, but we needed more help on that defensive side.
I agree.
Especially like if you look at the NFC Championship game, fucking Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball all over the place.
Yeah. He got that baby face too.
Man, that's gonna suck.
But that's what I'm saying.
I feel
Kid is
bad.
good. He's got good feet. He's got very good feet. But the problem to me is he's not a run blocker. He is not a run blocker.
You know, if he's on that right side,
Apparently, your boy Wayne agrees with you.
I know. I see it. Why not Simmons? I need to see him in the run game. Like he's pulling here, but that's on a damn linebacker.
yeah.
That's not on a lineman dominating a lineman. All right, welcome to the family, kid. I said pick an offensive tackle, but not that one.
I feel bad for Will Johnson and Sanders, man. They gonna, like I said, the two of them gonna tear somebody up.
Oh yeah,
They gonna make a lot of these teams pay. But Cleveland could go back and get both of them.
they could, and I can see that happening with their picks, the top two picks, what top three picks, Jerry?
Top four.
What
1-4.
top four, 1-4. I
No,
can see that happening.
I think they have 1 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think the second pick in the second round is um
It's 1-4, Jerry. It's Cleveland, Houston, Tennessee, Cleveland.
okay.
They got the fourth pick from Jacksonville,
That's right. They have 33 and 35, right?
33 and 36.
Okay, 33 and 36. Okay.
Wayne saying that Buffalo should pick up your boy Johnson. Well, I think they need to get a defensive end. They need a pass rush. And you've got a couple of good ones right here left on the board.
But
Mhm.
I think Buffalo's looking at it as the receivers they got to play against, not only just in the division,
Oh,
but in
you're
the
right. You're right. You're right. But them DBs ain't gonna mean nothing if you can't get to the quarterback. That's what I'm thinking.
man, that's disappointing.
So what's the pick here? What's the consensus pick?
I, I think it should be, in my opinion, Green or Ezra Curry. Ezra Rakua. I can't get this. Donovan. I'm gonna just say Donovan. That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't know, these GMs are not. I don't know.
They might Wayne, but Bosa's old and Greg is sometimesy. So I'd say get the young Thundercat in now.
I say get. I mean, I think they're set at defense. I think they try to help Allen on that offensive side. I mean, they got the running back and they got Kashif on one side of the offense. They need. I mean, you got some aging tight ends, but you need another
No,
receiver on the other side.
yeah, another receiver, but
But
the
I don't
only
know what receiver. I mean, I don't.
kid out of Iowa State. That's the next best receiver. Jalen Higgins.
Yeah, a lot of people had him as a sleeper pick, especially at 6'4", 214.
Yeah. He's a big target.
Yeah.
He's a very big target.
But can he get open? That's the key. Can he
Yeah.
get open?
Oh yeah, he was pretty good
Yeah.
out there at Iowa State. The problem Iowa State had is their coach got in their way. Bad play call.
Yeah. Because right now you got him, you got Trey Harris, Luther Burndale, and then Jalen Noel, also from Iowa State, that I have in mind. And then I got Jack Beck as my next best receivers. But
Bill's pick is in. One of you guys probably going to be ahead of me.
Keon Coleman is their guy, along with Shakir. I think they got to go. They don't have to, but I think they go DN.
I think Keon Coleman ain't proved himself for that first round pick he was last year. I think they may move
Oh,
him
no,
to
no.
the street.
He came on towards the end, but you're right. He was in and out. I think so, Wayne. I think so. And I think it's going to be one of them things that they're going to be like, Will Levis had the same situation last year. He thought he should have been the number 1 overall pick. They made him wait until the next day to be the first pick in the second round. So I can see that happening.
Well, that's one reason why Deion told his kid not to go to the draft. He was like, ain't no reason for you to sit there. And,
Had a camera in your face being the
Yeah.
last guy back there.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the last guy back there, but he's going to be the most
I told
famous guy.
you, Buffalo's gonna take a DB. They just didn't take Will Johnson,
Oh, well, I didn't get it, so I don't know who it is.
the Kentucky kid.
Oh, Maxwell Harrison.
Yep.
He's a monster. He is a monster. I'm telling you. I wanted Washington to get him.
Washington can't get every player, man. Come on, stop.
I know they can't, but they can get the player I want. Somebody that I would be happy with. I'm not saying I'm not happy with Conley. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I had Simmons above Conley.
How the hell?
Yeah, if the Eagles get Will Johnson, it'll be nuts. Say
Philly and
again.
KC switch picks.
I think so. No. But they gave Philly, even though they're the champs, they gave Philly the 32nd pick or something like that.
They,
No,
they,
Yeah.
Philly and KC just switched. They just switched.
Why? Why?
Either,
Why did Philly move up one spot?
I mean, Philly might go after Will Johnson.
That's what somebody just told me in a text message. You know what?
That might be true. Yeah,
Possibly. Yeah. Possibly.
Because Garner Johnson left.
Yep.
So yeah, you need someone. Yeah,
Nick Imanuwari. I think that might be the case. That might be the case. But why switch?
yeah. KC need. I mean, I mean, again, it's just a matter of $500,000 or so from 31 to 32. KC needs offensive line, but they probably know that Philly's not going to go after the offensive line they want.
I would have just stayed where I was.
Yeah, that don't make sense. I mean, makes it trading one spot down.
Unless,
You think KC wants the Simmons kid?
yeah.
Because the only thing I can
That,
think that Philly wanted is Will Johnson, but I doubt KC would have took Will Johnson. So why would Philly make the trade for it?
well, Philly's about to get Will Johnson, probably. Unless they're trying to replace Sweat and get a defensive end. But there are several
Their
good ones.
defensive
They went
line
and
is
got
fine.
one.
Their defensive line are all mostly on rookie contracts. So
Yes, but Sweat was the most dominant one of the defensive ends.
Yeah.
And now Sweat's in Arizona. So I'm thinking they're going to do something different. If they get the safety,
they say the pick is
they
in.
do need a safety. They do need a safety. They do need a safety. They might get the kid Nick Amanwari. They might.
No, this is
Well,
their needs a cornerback and O line, but again, they're not necessarily needs.
they got somebody. Who did they get? They better not take us to commercial break. Better not do us dirty. Mm, well, they're doing this interview. Mr. Taylor,
pick is in. The pick is in. I'm waiting on.
I know I'm asking you who does Philly get?
I would think they would get Will Johnson, in my opinion. But what do I know? At this point, what do I know?
I mean, these GMs I mean, yes, he did. He only played I think 4 games this season, but from what he looked like in 2023, for him to fall this far, it's. I mean, unless they're that concerned about his injuries, which weren't like he didn't have surgeries or anything. So there's no reason for him to fall this far. But I mean, again, like they said during the Super Bowl, Philly just gets richer if they get Will Johnson because the defense is already stout as it was, and then you get a young shutdown corner on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only saving grace is that eventually they got to pay all these first round picks and they'll run
They're
out of
going to have to
money.
expand them. Yep. I think that's part of the deal why AJ Brown was on the market along with DJ Dallas on the market. So we'll see.
I mean, going back to Washington's pick, I get it. I mean, he didn't get sacked a lot. He was able to make things happen out of pocket, but the O line wasn't what kept him from winning in an NFC Championship game.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. What I'll say is he threw 5 interceptions. Or there were 5 turnovers, and 2 of them came from him. But The fumbles weren't his fault.
Yeah.
Um,
Was Eckler? Yeah, Eckler had two of
yeah,
them.
yeah, he had that fumble when he got knocked out on the kick return, and then the fumble when he tried to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deomi Brown had a fumble, who's now out of there. Um, and I forgot who else had the other turnover. Well, Jalen threw the interception,
Mm-hmm.
but just like Wayne put up here, you wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles take Campbell. I'm surprised Campbell has fallen this far. I mean, Campbell,
Well,
he's
Campbell's
are they
more of a middle linebacker though,
It could be a character thing.
because what's name's Nick Brown's the middle linebacker. So where would Campbell sit? Because they play a 4-3. So unless they're gonna make him an outside linebacker,
I'm not saying Philly needs to get him, but I'm saying I'm surprised he's fallen this damn far. That's crazy. And my man, somebody check on Victor Gardner, please. He was waiting. Oh, these motherfuckers. I ain't said nothing in that group. I ain't said nothing in that group. Uh, wow. I'm just amazed, man. I know it's two picks, this pick and the Chiefs pick. I'm expecting the Chiefs to get Simmons. Um, I agree. I agree with that. Wayne, you need to come on my show. You have a lot of good insight, and but we agree on a lot of different things.
I think this first round just displayed what coaches and owners were looking for and GMs were looking for. They were looking for either protecting their quarterback or getting after the quarterback. This
Oh
is
yeah,
more offensive, defensive line. I mean, you had your anomalies again, quarterbacks and cornerbacks taking and running backs, but pretty much it was protect the quarterback or find a way to get
get
to
after him. Yeah, yeah. Two quarterbacks, two running backs, two receivers. Yeah, and two tight ends. Everything else has been defense.
Yeah, Campbell.
There you go. The rich just got richer.
Yeah, Wayne, you ain't got to put. Well, this ain't my show, but yes, Wayne, you were right
Good job, Wayne.
again. The rich, like you said, the rich got richer, bro. I can see them moving up for that, but why do they think
Kansas City was going to
Kansas
do that.
City?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gave Kansas City 2 picks for that.
yeah, Kansas City was not going to get him.
Yeah, Kansas City's going for the best O lineman that's left out there. I would think.
Yeah, which is Simmons.
Where did you have him on your board with pick?
I had uh I had him at number 17 overall.
Oh,
That's why I wonder what I want to know why he was falling.
could be. Like I say, it could be character issues. Who knows? Who knows what these guys know?
Now he did play at Alabama, so yeah, I would say characteristics was probably something. Nick Saban ain't
Damn,
get no more, so they can wild out. So
Michigan hater.
Michigan
Yeah,
beat him. Michigan beat him twice last 2 seasons, so I ain't got nothing to
I,
hate on Alabama. I'm just speaking truth.
can I go with what Wayne said? Casey's taking safety from South Carolina since they lost Reed. I definitely agree. And they picked up a pick in the process for no reason. Literally,
I wonder where that came from.
some old fossil.
Hey, for no reason, old fossil.
Well, I see Nick Amanori going right to Kansas City, just like Wayne saying he's the best safety on the board. I have him at number 21 um, on my list. Uh, let me explain. I have a list of players, rank them from 100 on down, and the highest score I had was 94. Um, and I did this before I heard about the GMs talking about Abdul Carter's lack of wanting to fight for the run tackling, run defense, I should say. Um, but this is amazing to me, man. Will Campbell and Shador are my only top 220 players that were not, you know,
He just said what I said.
who
Jahad Campbell. He said the richer got rich.
who just said it.
The guy they just drafted, Jahad Campbell.
Uh,
He literally said the richer got rich. They did.
you're ahead of me, so I didn't know.
No, it's good. They again, like I said, for the next 4 years, they ain't got to pay nobody.
Yeah,
Now, I'm sure Jaden's gonna restructure his. Antonio Brown will be on the trading block, and then they'll look for another receiver either in the free agency pool or draft one. But for the next 3 to 4 years, they're pretty much there.
yeah.
The Eagles got 20 picks. What?
All right, let's talk, Mr. Taylor.
Okay.
I mean,
So we have one pick left. Let's run this down. Let's run this back real quick. Starting from the first was quite naturally everybody's consensus pick was Cam Ward to the Tennessee
not
Titans.
mine, but okay.
Yeah, not mine.
Jacksonville made a trade with the Cleveland Browns, and Jacksonville picked up Travis Hunter. New York then picked up Abdul Carter. The Giants I'm talking about. Patriots picked up what they needed. It was Will Campbell. Cleveland then had the Jaguars picked up a defensive tackle. Mason Graham. Las Vegas, as people projected, would picked up running back Ashton Genty. New York picked up Armand Mabu from Missouri, an offensive tackle. Then we had the Carolina Panthers, who picked up another offensive weapon in Tutorial McMillan from Arizona. New Orleans picked up Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle for Texas. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. Chicago, surprisingly picked up Colston Loveland instead of Tyler Warren. Michigan. San Francisco, who had number 11, picked up an edge rusher.
There he goes.
Mikael Williams. Dallas, Tyler Booker at 12. Guard from Alabama.
I told you they were going to get him.
Miami, Kenneth Grant.
We should have got him. Sorry, Jerry. They got Simmons,
Okay.
offensive tackle, Ohio State.
I'll get that. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan, at 13. Indianapolis picked up what most people think was the best tight end in the draft, Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State. Atlanta picked up Jalon Walker, linebacker, another Georgia product going to Atlanta. Arizona picked up a defensive tackle. Most people thought he was going to pick up a wide receiver. They picked up a defensive tackle in Walter Nolan, a defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Cincinnati picked up Shamar Stewart, which they direly need a defensive lineman and pass rusher from Texas A&M. Seattle at number 18 picked up a very good offensive guard class center, Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. Tampa Bay picked up Emuka Ebuka, a wide receiver out of Ohio State. Your boy should like that as a quarterback, passing to a natural slot receiver in Ebuka. Denver Broncos picked up Jahdae Barron. I was surprised. I thought they would pick up a running back, cornerback from Texas. Pittsburgh didn't go Shador, went defensive tackle out of Oregon, Derek Harmon. Los Angeles did pick up Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina. Green Bay surprisingly picked up a wide receiver Matthew Golden. I think that was a great pick for them. Minnesota picked up a guard out of Ohio State to protect Drake May. Uh, McCarthy, quarterback, Donovan Jackson, Ohio State. Giants uh, drafted, um, traded back into the first round to pick up a quarterback, Justin Dart. That was a surprise to me, but they wanted him badly. Atlanta, uh, once they completed a trade with the Rams, picked up James Pierce Jr., an edge rusher from Tennessee. Baltimore Ravens picked up Malachi Starks to help on that weak back end they had, a safety out of Georgia. Detroit picked up Talik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State, to help Aiden Hutchinson in much needed defensive lineman support. Washington picked up Josh Conley Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon, to protect that star running back, that star quarterback, Jaden Daniels. The Bills picked up Maxwell Harrison, a cornerback out of Kentucky. Philadelphia Eagles completed a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs and swapped 31 and 32 and picked up Jahad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama. And last but not least, the Kansas City Chiefs picked up, hold on, let me just get this straight. Josh Simmons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Picked up Josh Simmons, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. Thoughts on that first round of this year's draft? Dick.
I've spoke all past 3 hours and 47 minutes. I'm all talked out.
Tony, I'm not even going to comment. I'm not saying anything. Tony, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think most of these GMs address needs on their teams, maybe not the needs that are apparent in this draft, at least this first round. I think what we'll see tomorrow is a lot of these GMs try to address those immediate needs. There were some that did it tonight, but the fact that two of the best players in college football are still on the board after the first round says a lot about either
what two players you talking about?
Sanders and Campbell, or Sanders and Johnson.
Okay.
Especially like the teams that needed a quarterback and the quarterbacks that went. Yeah. I personally, if I'm one of those teams, and especially like, again, the Giants, you want to put fans in the seats. The quarterback they picked, that guy's not going to put fans in the seats. And
He's not going to win just yet either.
Well, again, but in order to get fans in the seats, you got to win. So, yeah, they go hand in hand. But, again, I look at him as a Daniel Jones remake, and we saw what Daniel Jones did. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in round two, especially with Cleveland having two of the first 4 picks. But, yeah, still some good players out there that can make an impact on the team on day one of the season. So, we'll see. But, yeah, I think some of the GMs answered questions, but some of them were some head scratchers.
A lot of it.
With that being said, it's damn near 12 o'clock. Damn near. And it's been 3 hours and 48 freaking minutes of
49.
Whatever. Please. I thought you had nothing to say. Okay.
At that time.
Anyway, this is what I'll do because Mr. FSP has nothing to say. All right, Tony, I appreciate you joining me.
Appreciate you having
me. Vic, I appreciate you showing up also. Tune in Saturday. This is what some people don't do, but I will do it. Tune in Saturday. He has nothing to say, so I muted him. Tune in Saturday, people. 1 or 1:30, I'm not sure, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon, where it's fantasy sports and politics. Vic and I will talk about what took place in the first 2 days of the draft, and what's taking place in this year's Saturday's round 4 to 7. And I'll be back here on 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday morning with my first mock draft of the season.
He gave false information.
With my first mock draft of the season. Okay, people.
Hey,
With that being said,
this is why I need to promote my own show because you get the. Okay, all right, too easy.
go ahead and
Too
program.
easy.
I'm gonna give
Too easy.
No problem. No problem. See, that's a little petulant kid that decided to leave, but that's okay. That's all right. People, like I said, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday morning is where I'll be talking about fantasy football and the players that got drafted today, Friday, and Saturday, how relevant they are in this coming season and who's going to benefit from where they landed. Also, and I'll say it again, because Mr. FSP decided to leave because he got a little hissy fit, but that's okay. Saturday afternoon, 1:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, Saturday afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, the Fantasy Sports and Politics show. We'll be talking about the first 2 days and the third day of the draft, and also any kind of relevance in politics or in sports. Tony, again, I say thank you. And with that being said, let me just get the heck out of here.
All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll be at baseball tournaments all weekend.
Oh boy. All right, man. Thanks again. Talk to you later. Be safe.
You too.